맨 첫 번째 있는 부분은 바다는 하나지만 움직임이 다르죠. 가장 첫 번째 있는 거를 거친 의식 상태라고 합니다. 그래서 이 상태가 잠재의식 상태라고 합니다. 근데 이 상태에서 아직 부족해요. 이 상태에서 더 들어갈 수가 있어요. 근데 이 상태에서 아직 부족해요. 이 상태에서 더 들어갈 수가 있어요. 아예 물의 움직임이 없는 상태예요. 이거를 깊은 상태라고 합니다. 굉장히 고요하고 어떠한 수많은 감정에서 편안할 수가 있는 거죠.
You get compared a lot to Bruce Lee, right? Because the way you move and because the way you do certain things. To the average person, it's tough to believe.
그래서 몸을 예를 들어서 몸을 빠르게 움직이기 위해서는 무언가를 저는 이제 배운다기보다는 몸을 어떻게 빠를 수 있는지를 메커니즘적으로 생각을 한 거죠.
How painful is it to get hit by the shoulder?
여기 턱을 맞으면 굉장히 치명적이겠죠.
Fatal. You can kill somebody.
펀치를 하기 전에 가르시아가 저 상대방의 습관을 일단 먼저 읽은 거예요.
Mike Tyson.
Amazing guy, Conor McGregor.
You like Conor McGregor?
Yes.
Do you fear anything?
No.
Nothing.
Yeah.
If you were to get into MMA today, do you think you could hang and fight with some of the other guys? I don't want a political answer. I want to hear his answer.
This is gonna hurt.
좋다.
They typically punch me once. I want to see what it feels like.
Punch?
Yeah, I
Okay.
just want to feel it. Oh, wow. You know, it's crazy. You feel the bone.
30 seconds.
Did you ever think you would make it? I feel I'm so close I could taste sweet victory. I know this life meant for me. Yeah, why would you bet on Goliath when we got Bet David? Valuetainment, giving values contagious. This world of entrepreneurs, we get no value to haters. How they run, homie, look what I become. I'm the one.
So my guest today is a world-renowned martial artist, probably has a couple billion views on YouTube and Facebook combined. He also is somebody that studies a form of philosophy, combination of Eastern and Western, which we'll talk about. And he happens to be an entrepreneur. We flew him out here all the way from South Korea. He is here with his translator, but he also speaks English. So sometimes he'll be answering. If he doesn't, his translator will also be answering for us. Having said that, DKU, thank you for being a guest on Valuetainment.
Thank you.
Appreciate you for coming out. Thank you for also coming out.
No problem.
So I'm curious, you know, how did you get into martial arts? How did you get into who you are today? Again, we know you from the videos that we've seen. It's intense, some of the stuff that you do. But how did DKU become DKU?
Yes. 저는 지금 세계적으로 활동하는 무술가이고요. 그 다음에 이제 멘탈을 가르치는 이제 코치이기도 합니다. 그리고 이제 비즈니스를 하는 사람이기도 하고요.
He's a world-renowned martial artist. He says mental educator and also a businessman, entrepreneur.
So what happened? And that's great. But what happened for you? Like, what was the turning point and how did you get introduced to martial arts?
제가 1988년도하고 89년도에 이쪽에 이제는 종양이 있었어요. 뇌 종양이 있었었는데 그때 이제 의사가 3개월밖에 살지 못한다고 그랬었습니다. 근데 이제 제 할아버지가 경찰이셨는데 강력한 의지로 살고자 하는 의지가 있다면 살 수 있다라고 해서 그때부터 무술과 많은 움직임과 명상을 수련을 하였고 저는 병을 이겨내서 그 생존이라는 것이 어떤 건지 그다음에 강력한 인간의 의식이 삶을 어떻게 바꿀 수 있는지 그때 깨달았어요. 그래서 그 이후로 생존과 의식, 인간의 의식이라는 것을 연구하기 시작했고 그다음에 제 철학과 움직임을 합해서 WCS라는 방법을 고안하게 된 겁니다.
So he first started this journey in 1998, 1989. He got diagnosed with a tumor, kind of really near his brain, like the bridge of his nose, and the doctors told him that he only had 3 months to live.
At
But
10 years old.
At 10 years old. So they were, and the medical technology wasn't that great in South Korea back then. So, you know, they all thought he was going to die in 3 months. But what happened was that his grandfather was a police officer. And he trained extensively in martial arts, meditations.
His grandfather did.
His grandfather
Okay.
did. And he recommended that if you have the will to survive and train these methods, I think you might be able to beat it. And that's exactly what happened. He was able to beat the illness, and from then on, he kind of had an epiphany, you know? The will to survive is greater than anything. And he started seeing as a way of life and combining, you know, movement philosophies that he's been learning. And and basically creating warfare combat system. WCS is his business pretty much in present day.
And that would be his art, right? Is that a form of art, the WCS system?
So yeah, it's a form of art, philosophy, mental training, everything that's been combined
Combined together.
over.
Yes.
Okay, WCS.
Yes.
And your grandfather, what form of art did he practice? What was he practicing?
일단 전통적으로 그 경찰과 군인에서 사용할 수 있는 실전 우수를 했고요. 그 다음에 정신적으로 어떻게 수련할 수 있는 멘탈 트레이닝을 아주 어렸을 때부터 받았었던 분이었습니다.
누구한테 받은 거예요?
저희 스승들한테.
So his grandfather had various masters when it comes to training the mind, like meditations and stuff. But he was a police officer, so the martial arts part was very practical combat
Okay,
situation.
got it. So it wasn't a high-level practitioner him. So he wasn't. He just practiced a little bit with some basic martial arts.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah.
But more philosophy, more somebody that was how to meditate, how to calm yourself down, how to control your emotions, more an expert in that area, right?
Exactly.
Okay, that's good to know. So he's doing that. Your grandfather's not somebody that's in it as much as you get into it. What's next steps for you to become who you are? Like, what do you start studying? Who did you look at? Was there any kind of inspiration that you had that you said, I like the way he is, and I kind of want to follow his footsteps? How did that happen?
일단은 그 성인들, 우리가 이제 여러 사람들이 있지만은 음악에도 있고요. 뭐 모차르트나 베토벤 같은 음악도 있고, 그다음에 이제는 움직임, 뭐 복싱에서 메이웨더 같은 사람도 있고요. 뭐 축구에는 호나우두나 메시 같은 사람도 있고, 그 최정상에 있는 사람들은 굉장히 강력한 의식을 갖고 있어요. 그러니까 어느 분야든 간에 그 가장 위에 올라간 사람들은 굉장히 강력한 의식을 갖고 있는데, 그 의식을 갖고 있는 사람들이 하는 행위 자체가 높은 거는 그 사람들의 의식이 높기 때문이죠. 그래서 이제 그 사람들이 어떠한 행동을 하고 어떠한 생각을 하고 어떠한 말을 하느냐에 따라서 그 사람들의 행동이 달라지는데, 이제 그 의식을 이제 연구하기 시작한 겁니다. 그래서 이제 종교에서는 부다나 지저스나 소크라테스나 이런 사람들이 공부를 했고요. 뭐 축구는 레오넬 메시나 호나우두의 움직임, 여러 가지 분야에 있는 사람들 각종의 분야들을 이제 연구를 했죠.
So it's not just martial artists. He would look at everybody who's at the top of their game. Soccer, Ronaldo, Messi, boxing, Mayweather, Muhammad Ali, and pretty much all across the board, different types of disciplines. He would look at it, and the way he perceived it is that those people have something going on in their consciousness. They have risen to the place where it's completely untouchable by others, and he was really attracted to that and started studying their lives and their methods, basically.
In South Korea.
In South Korea.
So let me ask you, if I do my math right, 1998, 10 years old, is it fair to say you're 31 years old? Is it 31 or 32?
He's 40.
He's 40. So
Yes.
1998, 10 years old, or 1989.
89년.
1988.
Oh, 1980. I said 1998. Okay, so okay, you look like you're 25 years old. It's
thank
a
you.
completely different story. I look like I'm 50, but you look like you're 25 years old. So, okay, so you're 40 years old right now. Is that fair? I just kind of want to put it
Yes.
together. Okay, so that's great that you're studying Ronaldo, Messi, all these guys, but at 10 years old, Ronaldo and Messi aren't yet Ronaldo and Messi. What I'm trying to find out is, when you were at 10, who did you start studying? I know that there was a general that you admired a lot, General Yu Dayu from the Chinese dynasty, right? But was there anybody else? Most people that watch you, Americans who don't know you, because most people don't know who you are, they just kind of have seen some of your videos. You get compared a lot to Bruce Lee, right? A lot of times they say, oh, he's like the modern day Bruce Lee because of the way you move and because of the way you do certain things. Did you kind of watch what he did? Did you kind of study some other styles? Who were some of the guys that you studied specifically when it comes down to martial arts? Not the philosophy, because we're going to get that here in a moment. It's specifically on the way you fight.
제가 이제 10살 때 그 유대유라는 그 중국의 굉장히 유명한 장군이 있어요. 그 장군이 있는데 그 사람이 소림사에서 이제 굉장히 유명한 사람 중에 한 명이고요. 이제 그 사람이 여러 가지 중국에 있는 무술들을 컴바인 했어요. 그래서 필라소피나 무브먼트를 컴바인을 해서 그 사람의 그 굉장히 깊은 의식 상태에서 하는 무브먼트를 개발을 했죠. 이제 그 사람의 얘기를 제가 이제 할아버지한테 듣고 그 사람의 책이나 이런 것들을 보면서 정신과 육체가 하나라는 것을 그때 알게 됐습니다. 그래서 그때부터 정신과 육체는 둘이 아니고 하나라고 생각하고 정신과 육체를 동시에 개발할 수 있는 걸 생각해서 그때부터 수련을 한 거죠.
그러면은 이소룡은 보셨나요? 어렸을 때?
아, 몰랐어요.
몰랐어요. So he didn't really know about Bruce Lee when he was 10. And
Really?
Yes.
You didn't know Bruce Lee
Yes.
at 10?
No.
Wow. In South Korea, you don't know Bruce Lee? Okay. You were saying.
And like you mentioned earlier, his grandfather actually introduced him to the Chinese general Yu Deyu. And he started looking up his work, his books. And that's where he kind of started with that whole, the mind and body as one philosophy.
The general.
The general, yeah. And he was affiliated with the Shaolin Temple back then.
Yes.
He taught, thousands of people. And he's considered one of the greatest generals of his time.
Yeah, I went and actually looked him up. He's from 1503 to 1579, I think, something like that. So it's a long time ago, and they don't even know where his birthday is, what day he was born, right? And he was many different things. He was a mathematician. He was, an artist. He had all these other philosophies and politics. Is he in China viewed as like if you were to tell us who he is he a Alexander level type of person? Like, you know what I'm saying? Is he known as an Alexander the Great type of a general type of guy, or how do you look at him? How do you view him?
Yes, of course. 그러니까 무술을 중국에 있는 무술들을 이제는 그 당시에 이제 여러 무술이 있었는데 그걸 이제 합한 사람이죠. 합한 사람인데 중국에서는 그렇게 지금은 그렇게 유명하지는 않아요.
So back in the day, not anymore apparently, but he was considered like Alexander the Great because he's the one that combined all the different types of martial arts that was prevalent back in the day, and created this new form that was more efficient and practical, basically.
He made it practical. Got it. And so you at 10 years old, you don't know Bruce Lee. How old were you the first time you heard about Bruce Lee?
제가 20대 아마 중반에 그때 아마 알았던 것 같습니다.
Like in his mid-20s.
You don't know about Bruce Lee till mid-20s?
Yes.
That's intense to say that. Because you move just like him. No, I'm telling you. You know how you watch Kobe and you put Jordan next to each other, you kind of see similar movements? When you see some of the ways you're doing certain things, it's very similar. So who did you watch? Like, because you're 40 years old, which means in South Korea, where are you getting your content from? Like, what are you watching? Is it videos? Is it movies? Is it books you're reading? What are you watching to get your style of fighting? How do you learn the moves?
별로 없어요.
So there really wasn't anybody that he was looking at in the media that, sparked the enthusiasm.
Is there anybody locally that he went and watched? Because I almost feel like, because if that's not the case, then what you're trying to say is it came out spiritually out of him, right? It's almost like a spiritual thing you're doing. But for something like this, that's a skill. Some of the stuff that's skill, you got to kind of watch somebody to do it, right? Who was the person did he train somewhere locally? Did he go to a certain master locally? Was there anybody like that or no?
한국에 이제 많은 좋은 스승들이 있었고요. 이제 그분들하고 뭐 나이프나 아니면 뭐 스틱이나 아니면 뭐 복싱이나 이런 수련을 했지만 제가 이제 제 움직임을 완성시킨 거는 제 스스로 어떠한 큰 깨달음이 있었던 거예요. 뭐 하냐면 결국에는 의식이나 우리 몸이라는 것은 전신을 사용할 수 있냐라는 거죠. 그러니까 하나로 다 사용할 수 있는 겁니다. 뇌도 그렇고 우리의 몸도 그렇고 우리의 극한을 다 사용할 수 있는 거를 알아야 되는데, 예를 들어서 복싱과 축구를 하던 어떤 뭐 싸움을 하던 간에 우리의 몸을 다 사용하는 거예요. 그거는 이제 그거를 제가 깨닫고 나서 몸이 이제 굉장히 크게 발전을 한 거죠.
그러면 스승은 몇 명이나 계셨어요?
뭐 정확하게 알 수는 없습니다.
한 20명?
예, 한 10명 정도.
So he had various teachers when he was learning. He says probably more than 10, but he arrived here by kind of like realizing on his own, pretty much. So this is his stuff. So there were, preludes to all of this, and he had various masters that taught him, boxing, knife fighting, street fighting, everything, and up to meditation. But the way he arrived here is because he had his own epiphany, and he was really good at it from the start. And he was kind of well known within the community while he was young. And he was young, so he went out and just fought and fought and fought.
In the street, he was
in
fighting?
The streets, yeah.
Okay.
He got into a bunch of knife fights. He fought more than one person at a time. So he has scars on his body, like knife scars, pretty much.
He's got knife scars all over his body.
Yep. Yeah.
Got it. So he got in the mix. He started fighting, and then internally, because he doesn't take any credit away from any art. He's respectful of every art out there and what they do. He doesn't say this is better than the other one. Judo's better than Tai Chi, or Tai Chi's better than karate, or karate is better than Taekwondo. He doesn't do anything like that to say what's better and what's not. But when you go back and you're looking at that moment in your practice in martial arts, was he getting into tournaments? Was he doing professional fighting? Was he getting into, like, how in the US we have MMA right now, or we have boxing right now? Did he get into any kind of professional fighting there or no?
저는 이제 어렸을 때 일단은 먼저 이 얘기를 하고 싶은 게 어떤 경기를 우승하는 프로페셔널 파이터나 복서나 MMA 선수들을 저는 존경을 합니다.
So first of all, he wants to say, he respects all the MMA fighters, all the pro fighters, but
근데 그들은 이제 그들의 원하는 방향성이 있고요. 저는 제가 원하는 방향성이 있는데, 제가 어렸을 때 생각했던 그 방향성은 그 프로파이터들의 방향성하고 틀렸어요.
So, all the pro fighters, MMA fighters have their own way, and he has his own, and that just didn't really cross paths.
That just didn't cross paths. Got it. Going back to the general that we're talking about, you're talking about he studied Shaolin Monastery, right? And in the Shaolin monastery, they talk about to know Shaolin, you must know the 18 Shaolin disciples. What is that for somebody that doesn't know what that means?
18개 개가 그게 어떤 건지 잘 모르겠는데요.
그래요? He says he doesn't really know.
He doesn't really know. That's crazy that he doesn't really know. Because, again, I'm trying to see, I'm reading a book. I think it's called Range. I just finished the book Range, and I think it's Range, where he talks about in the book the story of Pete Sampras and the story of another tennis player who becomes the best, right? Where, not Pete Sampras, Roger Federer. Roger Federer wasn't from a family that, from the beginning, they made him play tennis. Roger kind of accidentally became a tennis player, and then he becomes the best, right? Versus, on the other hand, they choose an example, I think it was Agassi or another kid that, from a young age, parents put a lot of money into this guy being a tennis player, and it was very regimented to become a tennis player. And Roger Federer accidentally ends up becoming who he is today. And the other one does as well, but he took a complete different route. Same as with music. There's a lot of musicians, you think about back in the days, Beethoven, Mozart, that they didn't have a teacher. They didn't have somebody that was sitting down and teach them. To the average person, it's tough to believe. You understand what I'm saying to that? To the average person, it's kind of tough to say, give me a break. You had nobody that kind of worked with you. It's kind of tough to believe that. Would you say that's kind of him it's kind of you on how you came about learning martial arts the way you have? I'm curious.
되죠. 중국에 굉장히 유명한 철학자 중에 노자라는 사람이 있어요. 근데 그 사람이 뭐라고 했냐면 창문 밖을 나가지 않아도 세상을 다 안다 그랬습니다.
So there was a great philosopher in ancient China. So he's trying to explain right now. I don't really know his English name, but in Korean it's called 노자. 근데 뭐라고 그랬다고요?
창문 밖을 나가지 않아도 세상을 다 안다고 했습니다.
And what he said is that, without going outside, if you look out the window, you can see the outside without actually stepping outside.
그게 무슨 말이냐면은 내 안에 정답이 있다라는 거죠. 그러니까 바깥에서 취득을 하지 않아도 내 안에서 그 정답을 다 알 수 있다라는 겁니다.
So what he's trying to say is that the answer is within you. You don't have to go out and seek out, help or education. If you have it in you and if you can find it, then it'll come out naturally.
그래서 예를 들어서 몸을 빠르게 움직이기 위해서는 무언가를 저는 이제 배운다기보다는 몸을 어떻게 빠를 수 있는지를 메커니즘적으로 생각을 한 거죠.
So in terms of speed, when he's fighting, he didn't think about speed. He didn't think about, I'm going to learn how to be fast. He was thinking about the internal mechanism of speed, and that's how he achieved the speed without, seeking out, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna get faster.
Yeah, because his speed is out of control.
It is out of control.
Yeah, speed is out of control. So let me ask you, what is the method to pull things out of your spirit? Like to dig deep, like the philosopher was saying. What is the method for somebody watching and saying, I want to figure out a way how to do it? What is the process of going there and pulling that out?
그거는 그 의식 수련을 하면은 알 수가 있어요.
So it's all about training the mind, the consciousness.
내가 갖고 있는 의식과 몸의 긴장을 먼저 없애야 돼요.
And it ties into, you combine that with the physical. So training the mind and the consciousness and getting rid of unnecessary tension in your body.
먼저 무언가를 얻기 위해서는 먼저 덜어내는 거죠. 힘을 빼는 거죠.
So if you want to, fill your water cup that's full, then you must empty out the water cup first, right?
그래서 그 과정을 계속 하는 겁니다. 계속 몸은 계속 이완을 하고요. 의식은 계속 이완을 하면서 계속 깊게 만드는 거죠.
So you're kind of approaching this deeper state of mind, as he calls it. So you're continuing to relax the tension in your body, tension in your mindset, and slowly kind of becoming that person.
Very interesting. So let me ask you, when I was looking at a lot of these martial arts, a lot of the topic of death was coming up, you know, the topic of dying. Like, you know, one of the biggest enemies of a martial artist is somebody who fears death. How does, you know, from all the Eastern and Western philosophy that you've studied and Eastern and Western religion that you've studied, how do you view death yourself?
일단은 동양 철학과 서양 철학에서 조금 다른 점이 있는데요. 저 같은 경우에는 죽음 이후에도 또 다른 삶이 있다라고 생각을 합니다.
So there's, you know, differences between Eastern and Western philosophies, but what he believes is that there is an afterlife. There is life after this life.
So are you afraid of dying? Like, is there a fear of dying at all for you or no?
No.
Not at all. Okay. So do you think most people who are fearing dying, they prevent the chances of pulling out the best out of them? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how he's talking about the fact that you have to figure out a way to, that person's inside of you, you got to pull that person out. What do you think prevents the average person from finding that person within them?
그건 그렇지 않아요. 일단은 쉽게 설명드리면 인간의 의식에는 세 가지 의식이 있습니다.
So he's going to define consciousness as he knows it. And there's 3 levels to it.
이 바다와 같아요.
And it's like the ocean.
맨 첫 번째 있는 부분은 바다는 하나지만 움직임이 다르죠.
So the ocean is one entity essentially, but it moves differently depending on how deep you go.
가장 첫 번째 있는 그거를 거친 의식 상태라고 합니다.
So what he calls the first level is, you know, rough state or the surface state, and that deals with the surface of the ocean where there's waves crashing, you know, all kinds of stuff happening.
그래서 어떤 감정들, 예를 들어서 시기나 질투나 분노와 수많은 감정들에 의해서 인간의 의식이 흔들리죠.
So there's, you know, different emotions involved with how calm a person is when it comes to their consciousness.
근데 우리의 의식 수련을 하게 되면은 우리의 의식은 조금씩 내려가면서 움직임이 없는 의식 상태로 내려가게 됩니다.
So with training, with mental training, what happens is that you're going deeper than the surface state, where a lot of things are happening in the surface, but less things are happening in terms of, you know, water current and things that you can actually see.
이 상태가 잠재의식 상태라고 합니다.
And that's the subconscious level.
근데 이 상태도 아직 부족해요. 이 상태에서 더 들어갈 수가 있어요.
But that's still not enough. You can even go deeper with that.
아예 물의 움직임이 없는 상태예요.
And there's no current whatsoever, no movement whatsoever.
이거를 깊은 상태라고 합니다. 굉장히 고요하고 어떠한 수많은 감정에서 편안할 수가 있는 거죠.
And that's the deeper state of mind. And when you achieve that, you're comfortable in any type of situation. Outside does not affect your internals.
그리고 어떠한 결과도 그냥 그대로 받아들일 수가 있습니다.
And you can just accept things as it comes without, you know, like using your resources to accept something.
Meaning?
Meaning like a mental capacity of it. Let's say, like someone is hostile to you. You just accept it without, you know, getting angry at the person or like what I'm going to do. What am I going to do if this person's going to hit me or something? So 그러면 그게 어떻게 저 퀘스천에
예, 그래서 이 의식 상태를 수련을 하게 되면은 이 상태가 아니라 이 깊은 상태에 들어가게 되면 그거에 초연해질 수가 있는 거죠. 그걸 그냥 오는 대로 받아들이고 죽음이나 분노와 질투와 이런 거에 대해서 그냥 별로 크게 신경 쓰지 않고 그냥 오는 대로 받아들일 수 있는 게 되는 거죠. 이 상태에 계속 있기 때문입니다.
So what he's trying to say is that for most people, they can't even get to the second level. It's all the surface tension. It's all about the surface. So without getting to the deeper state of mind, it's almost impossible to bring that out in yourself. So it's not. So it all ties into fearing death or, you know, fearing whatever, but it's training the mind so that you can get to a point where it doesn't matter to you.
Do you fear anything?
두려워하는 게 있나요?
No.
Nothing.
Yeah. So I will tell you something. A very funny story. 제가 이제 무술가로서 이제 유명해지면서 많은 무술가들한테 질투를 받았어요.
So when he started becoming famous and popular, obviously there was jealousy towards him from other martial artists.
저는 유명한 스승도 없고 유명한 단체도 없고 유명한 경력도 없어요. 그런 사람이 갑자기 유명해지니까 당연히 많은 사람들한테 질투를 받겠죠.
So he was kind of on his own. He didn't have like a great master, great background that backs him up. So when he got famous, a lot of people were pretty jealous.
그래서 제가 독일에서 세미나를 했을 때 그 질투를 했던 마셜 아티스트가 경찰에 저를 신고를 했어요. 제가 마약하고 총기를 갖고 있다고 해가지고요.
So when he did a seminar in Germany, what happened is that these jealous groups kind of put in a false alarm to the police that he was traveling with guns and drugs.
그래서 세미나하는 도중에 경찰이 왔어요.
So while he was doing the seminar, the police came and took him away.
세미나가 정지가 됐고 그들이 저를 체포했습니다.
Yeah, he got arrested essentially
Really?
in
Yes.
Germany.
But you had nothing on you. You had no weapons and nothing on
Nothing.
you. You're in Berlin in a few weeks, though. You're going back to Germany in a few weeks, right? Are you not going to Germany? He's got some travel to
Yes,
Berlin.
of course.
Yeah.
근데 next month.
Yeah, next month he's in Berlin.
Yes,
He's in
yes,
Germany. Yeah, I
yes.
know. You're
근데,
scheduled to go back.
근데 그때 아무 감정이 없었어요.
So when that happened, when he got arrested, he was still himself. There was nothing that bothered him.
그래서
There was no fear.
그들한테 얘기했습니다. 아직 세미나는 도중이고 나는 어디 도망가지 않으니까 세미나 다 끝내고 따라가겠다.
So what he told the police is that I still have a job to do here. I got to do the seminar for these people. So you can arrest me after I'm done. That's what he said.
세미나를 다 끝나고 그들 따라갔어요.
And when the seminar was over, he went with the police.
And then what happened?
그래서 제 호텔에서 제 가방을 다 뒤지고 여권을 뒤지고 뭐 조금 검사를 한 다음에 그냥 끝났습니다.
So he had nothing on him. It was just, false alarms. So they did some
Let
tests
him
on
go.
him. They, they searched his room, searched his bag, and just pretty much let him go.
항상 제 의식은 여기에 있기 때문에 흔들리지 않아요.
So he's trying to describe his consciousness level. So he's not fazed by those things. So he's at the deeper state of mind, and in turn, that gives him kind of like this mental armor.
Is that common in South Korea or no?
이렇게 깊은
No, it's not.
No, yes.
Yeah, I know some Koreans with bad tempers, by the way. So good friends. But let me ask you, politics in South Korea, is it as divisive as it is in America, or no? It's a little bit more civil.
Yes, of course.
it's very divided.
It is very divisive, though, calling each other out. He's lying. This person's doing this. He cannot. Is it like that, as tension as here?
Yep. I mean, you can even, there's like videos of like senators and,
Going at it in
representatives
the-
just like going in a wrestling
Yeah.
match essentially.
Yeah, I've seen some of those. Pretty entertaining videos. For you, when you say you don't fear anything, at what point was it when you realized you don't fear anything? How old were you?
정확히는 제가 2015년도에 굉장히 깊게 이제 의식 수련을 하다가 그런 부분을 정확하게 좀 깨달은 게 있어요. 2015년도쯤이에요.
So it's about 2015. when
Oh,
you
just 5
realized-
years
Yes.
ago. Oh, wow. So it's recent. So it's not. How did that happen? What caused you to not have any fears in 2000? That's just 5 years ago. You're 35 years old.
그 의식이라는 걸 정확하게 인지를 했고요. 우리가 공기를 만질 수 없는 것처럼 우리의 생각도 만질 수가 없지만 그 의식을 만질 수 있을 정도의 굉장히 큰 그 체감을 했어요.
So you know how you can, physically touch your thoughts, or it's like air, right? But while he was training, he got to a point where he can, just to say it, he can physically feel what his consciousness meant to him and what it is in itself. So he recognized it, and that in turn kind of gave him this ability to not fear anything.
When that happened in that state, what was your immediate reaction? Because there's an author called, I believe his name is David Schwartz. Maybe it's not David Schwartz. Who's the guy that wrote Power versus Force? Hawkins. It's David Hawkins. David Schwartz is Magical Thinking Big. So he talks about in this book, Power versus Force, that runners experience this when they're running and there's a breaking point you hit and then you go past it, and eventually you feel like a higher power, spirit is with you. Was it that kind of a sublime experience you had that felt spiritual, where all the fear eliminated? So what kind of got him to that point?
아까 얘기했던 대로 몸과 마음의 긴장을 계속해서 없애는 겁니다. 계속해서 이완을 하다 보면은 우리가 어느 순간에 그 의식을 느낄 수가 있어요. 그러니까 이게 지금 아까 제가 얘기했던 대로 세 단계가 있는데 그 세 단계를 어느 정도에 내가 와 있다, 어느 정도에 와 있다라는 거를 정확하게 알 수가 있습니다. 그 상태에서 깊은 상태에 가게 되면은 내 몸과 내 의식이 결국에 하나고 이것이 건드릴 수 없는 거지만 내가 건드릴 수 있는 하나의 에너지 덩어리라는 걸 느낄 수가 있을 단계가 있어요. 그거는 이제는 그 제가 하는 수련에 다 이제 얘기가 있죠. 정리가 돼 있죠.
So it's hard to explain, right? 'Cause
I'm
it's-
actually really
it's-
curious what you
it's,
just
it's
said.
mental training, and it's all in his methods, his WCS methods. But it's like you were saying. It's like runner's high, pretty much. You set a goal, and you set out to achieve it, and that's essentially what happened. To put it simply, and the three levels of consciousness became like something real for him. It wasn't like a goal anymore. He felt it as it came.
What happened in that moment when it came? Like, what did he do? What did he, when he felt it, what did he do? Did he step away from training and just have an emotional breakdown? Like, what was that moment like?
일단 몸 에너지가 굉장히 강하게 느껴졌죠. 굉장히 강하게 또 빛 같은 어떤 강력한 느낌을 얻었고요. 그 이후에 자성이라는 그 어떤 내 의식이 내 몸을 이끈다라는 거 강력한 걸 알았어요. 그러니까 그 media first라는 거, 내 의식이 먼저 가면 그 의식에 따라서 몸과 결과는 따라간다라는 걸 알았죠. 그래서 2015년 전에는 제가 세계적으로 유명하지 않았지만 2015년 이후에 그 어떤 깨달음을 얻었을 때 전 세계적으로 나는 유명해진 사람이 될 수 있다. 이렇게 될 수 있다라는 강력한 의식을 얻었고 지금 50번의 세미나를 하고 지금 미국에도 와 있죠. 그게 media first. 먼저 가 있는 그 의식에 따라서 우리의 결과와 몸은 따라간다라는 거를 그때 굉장히 강하게 알았습니다.
So before this happened, so as this was happening, he said he kind of saw like a bright light and felt his body kind of fill up with energy. And he realized that he was talking about his book, it's Be There First. It's what he's describing is that his mind is already there and it's already been set for him. And 2015 was a turning point where that consciousness just became real. It became something powerful that he knew that he can achieve all these goals, 50 seminars worldwide, pretty much became world famous in the martial arts world.
In a martial arts world. So prior to 2015, did he have a lot of fears and anxiety? And if yes, what were they?
Yes, of course.
What were they? What were just?
뭐가 그렇게 두려우셨어요?
그러니까 여러 가지가 있었죠. 뭐 미래에 대한 거, 아니면 뭐 싸움에 위한 거, 뭐 여러 가지 있었지만 그런 것들을 이제 덜어내기 위해서 이제 이완을 하면서 계속해서 조금씩, 그러니까 갑자기 사라진 건 아니고 조금씩 사라지면서 탁 사라지게 된 거죠.
So just like an average Joe, concerns about the future. What's going to happen if I lose a fight? What's going to happen tomorrow? And it didn't just all of a sudden go away. There was like it was declining. And 2015 was kind of like the turning point where he realized that all of that was gone.
Weight lifted off his shoulders.
Exactly.
A sense of freedom. Did you feel free? Like
Yes.
And you started enjoying life more.
자유를 찾고 인생을 즐기기 시작했냐?
Yes, of course. 그래서 제 의식은 항상 밝고 긍정적이고 거기에 이제 먼저 가 있어요. 그리고 내 결과와 몸은 그걸로 따라가는 거죠.
So he's always positive. He's always happy. And when he sets a goal, he doesn't set it to achieve it. He knows that he's going to achieve it.
You automatically know it's going to happen. Would you say you trust yourself today more than ever before?
Yes, of course.
And that gives you confidence. Yes?
그러면 자신감을 주냐?
Yes, of
Okay.
course.
So trust higher, confidence higher. If I have trust in myself higher, my confidence is higher, based on what you're saying. You studied Eastern and Western philosophy, yes? What did you learn from both of them? What did you take away from Eastern? What did you take away from Western?
일단 동양 철학 같은 경우에는 굉장히 광범위합니다. 굉장히 광범위하고 서양 철학 경우에는 굉장히 논리적이죠. 그러니까는 동양 철학 같은 경우는 정신을 굉장히 깊게 보지만 좀 논리적이지가 않고 형이상학적인 면이 있고 서양 철학 같은 경우에는 좀 형이상학적이진 않지만 굉장히 논리적이죠. 그래서 서양 철학의 논리성과 동양 철학의 깊이를 동시에 공부를 했습니다.
So with Eastern philosophies, what happens is that it could be very broad and not as logical as you want it to be, like the Western philosophies. So it takes a long time to kind of grasp a concept in an Eastern philosophy. So what he did was kind of taking the logical process of the Western philosophy and and the broadness of the Eastern philosophy and kind of combine them together.
Who did he study the most? On the Eastern and Western, who did you study? Philosophy first, and then we'll go to religion.
Okay.
He said something earlier that sounded like Socrates. I'm just curious to know who he studied.
He definitely studies
Okay,
Socrates.
Socrates, he
yeah.
said it. You didn't say that. I want to make sure he said that. So who did you study?
일단은 이제 동양 철학 같은 경우는 부다에 대해서, 불교에 대해서 공부를 굉장히 많이 했고요. 그다음에 이제 서양 철학 같은 경우는 이제 기독교와 그다음에 이제 소크라테스 이런 쪽에 이제 공부를 많이 했습니다.
I know you said religion next, but he essentially studied Buddha and the Eastern philosophy. But in Western philosophy, it was Socrates and Jesus.
그리고 이제 종교적인 부분들을 굉장히 많이 공부를 했어요.
And he extensively studied in the religious aspect of
Extensively, really. So you read the Bible, you read all the books. Wow.
그러면은 뭐 성경도 읽고,
Yes, of course.
불경도 읽고.
Yes.
Wow, interesting. You know, I always say if I wasn't a Christian, I'd be Buddhist because to me, the reading, when you read more of it, it's just so deep and you have to read it like 4, 5, 6 times. And then when it clicks, you're kind of like, I can't believe what this means. If this is what this means, that's pretty deep feeling. So he said what? He said Jesus, Socrates, Buddha, and then who else was it? There was one other that you said. Buddha.
I think those are the three that I mentioned, yeah.
What did you take away from Socrates? What did you take away from Jesus? And what did you take away from Buddha?
일단은 이렇게 얘기하는 게 좀 좋을 것 같습니다. 소크라테스도 그렇고 부다도 그렇고 지저스도 그렇고 설명하는 거는 시대와 문화와 그 상황에 따라서 조금은 달라요.
So in explaining, all three of them, it really depends on the time period and, like the social structure. But
하지만 그들이 얘기하는 건 결국엔 똑같습니다. 뭐냐면은 이 깊은 의식 상태에 들어가야 된다는 거죠.
But what they're trying to say is pretty much the same. You need to get into that deeper state of mind to achieve anything.
결국에는 이 상태에 들어가야지만이 알 수 있는 게 있어요. 그러니까 언어나 이런 그 이론적이나 도서를 봐서는 알 수 없는 각에 도달해야지만이 자기가 체험을 통해서 알 수 있는 부분이 있죠. 그들은 이제 그거를 정확하게 했고, 부다는 인도의 문화에 따라서 그걸 설명했고, 지저스는 지저스의 문화에 따라서 얘기했고, 소크라테스는 소크라테스의 문화에 따라서 얘기했지만 그거의 목적은 같아요. 결국에는 인간이 깊은 의식 상태에 들어가서 행동하고 생각하고 그쪽에서 삶을 사는 거죠.
So what he's trying to say is that Buddha grew up in India. Jesus was, in the Middle East, and Socrates, ancient Greek, I guess. So they all had their cultural input into what they were studying, but essentially what they were striving for is exactly the same. And it does not come from, studying the language or, reading a book or anything. You can only experience that once you get to that deeper state of mind.
A certain level of enlightenment, is that kind of what he's referencing? Okay. Let me ask you, you said I've read that you also train South Korea's police and military.
Yes.
Do you train them yourself?
Yes.
So how often are they training with you? Is it a regular thing? What's the regimen look like?
2012년하고 13년, 14년, 3년 동안 제가 가르쳤습니다.
So he doesn't really do it anymore, but he did it for 3 years in 2012, 13, and 14.
12, 13, 14 is when
Yes.
we're training. Got it. Is the South Korea police and the military big into martial arts? Like, is it a part of regiment? Because I know, I believe Israel's military is now in Krav Maga. I think that's what they're training. Is South Korea big on teaching martial art? And if yes, which one is it? Is there a certain one that they teach the most?
그 무술이
No.
어떤 무술을 가르치냐?
Got it.
왜냐면은 총으로 실제 전쟁에서 총으로 싸우기 때문에 총에 대한 부분이 훨씬 더 많고요. 전술적인 부분이 많고 무술적인 부분은 5%.
So he's saying, the martial arts aspect of it, maybe 5%, because wars
That's
fight
small.
with guns.
Yeah.
And,
No, I agree. I'm just saying, like Israel is starting to get into some of the, you look at they said the 5 countries in martial arts is China at the top. I think it's Korea, then it's Japan, then it's Brazil, then it's Israel. The top 5 countries in martial arts. And it's interesting why these countries put so much emphasis in it, whether it's for discipline, because you're not really going to fight somebody. It's like fight today is all up there or it's through the internet. You're using systems. Your cyber war is more than the actual fight. How much of teaching martial arts do you think is mental versus actual physical skills?
일단 5대5죠. 5%. 그러니까 50대 50인데
50-50.
사람들은 이런 경우가 있습니다. 동시에 다 이렇게 태어나는 경우도 있고 어떤 사람은 의식은 높은데 몸은 떨어지는 경우가 있고요. 어떤 사람은 의식은 높은데 몸이 떨어지는 사람이 있어요. 근데 이거를 밸런스를 맞춰주는 거죠.
So there's individual differences. You know, everyone's born different way. You know, some people might have, you know, higher consciousness, but their physical doesn't follow. Some people might have, you know, really athletic, gifted body, but their consciousness level doesn't. So it's all about keeping the balance
On both.
on both.
Huh, interesting. Okay. I don't know why. I remember when Bruce Lee first came to U.S. and he was starting to teach, is it Jeet Kune Do he was teaching? He was his own form of art that he was teaching. And his folks from the country didn't like that he was doing that. There was some controversy behind it. Why does it seem to be controversy? Is it almost political when somebody wants to come and teach and share their style where some people don't like? Is there some of that in martial arts? I'm curious to know what he'll say to that. Because I know he was talking about the fact that he had some people that were jealous and weren't happy about him teaching what he's teaching. Is that a pretty common thing that happens in martial arts?
Yes.
Why?
So it happens often.
동양에서는 약간 이제 그런 것들이 컬처와 그 컬처와 마스터 이런 부분을 굉장히 중요시하기 때문에 그거에서 벗어나는 행동을 하는 거를 굉장히 좋아하지 않습니다.
So there's heavy emphasis on what type of master you have and what type of style that you train in. So if you deviate from, you know, either one of those, there is a heavy backlash.
Why though?
왜 그러냐면
Just culture.
that's
It's
just
a cultural
culture.
thing. Okay,
Yes.
is it a form of insult? Like, do they think you're insulting them? Like, are you insulting the culture and heritage?
모욕하는 것처럼 하냐고 그렇게
Yes.
deviate.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, because it seemed like Bruce Lee is trying to train, and they're like, "Hey, what are you doing? You don't go and share this stuff with the Americans. You don't go and share your style with other people." And today, you know, everything is open, so you can pretty much show your style on YouTube. It could get 10 million views, and everyone's kind of seeing what you're doing. Okay, so some of the things that I read that you trained, Kung Fu is what you trained. Is it Wushu and Judo? What else have you trained? What different arts have you trained yourself?
Kung Fu,
Okay.
and then Judo,
Yep.
the boxing,
Boxing.
kickboxing,
Kickboxing.
Okay.
and Chinese Oriental the martial arts. So Qigong,
Qigong.
yes,
Qigong.
Qigong. Okay. Got it.
그게 다요?
yes, yes.
Those are the
Yeah.
ones.
근데 이제 배운 거는 이거고, 굉장히 자신의 분야에 굉장히 잘하는 사람들을 많이 만나서 서로 교류를 했어요.
So that's formerly what he trained in, but he was able to meet a lot of masters across the board, and so they were interacting, and he was learning from them.
So have you? I'm going to ask you, and I'm curious to know what you say. Have you trained Krav Maga at all, or no? No. Okay. Judo, of course. Taekwondo, masters. Have you trained
no.
Taekwondo?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Aikido, Japan. You haven't. Okay. Karate, you haven't trained karate. Sambo,
No.
Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
No.
No. Okay. And then Dutch kickboxing. Have you seen Dutch
Yes.
kick? You have trained Dutch
Yes.
kickboxing. Okay. And then Muay Thai from.
Yes, it's
Similar.
Yes.
So does each one of them have a different style on how they do things? In a minute, yeah, I'd want you to show it to us when we turn off the camera and we go into
Yes.
what we're doing. But prior to doing that, I'd want to kind of get your take on a few videos, if you don't mind. I want to kind of see what you're saying about this. If we can turn on the video, I was watching Conor McGregor
Yes,
is
Conor
fighting Cerrone,
Yes.
okay, Cowboy Cerrone. And they're fighting each other. And I think Cerrone throws the punch, and he misses. Then Conor comes in, and then he does the shoulder 3 times. The moment I saw it, I remembered a clip from you.
Yes.
Okay, I saw you doing it because you have this one thing that you do with the pads, which we'll do here in a minute.
Yes.
And it seems pretty powerful. And then afterwards, you see what happens to his nose. If you can kind of pull up this clip. So here's the fight. He throws. He misses. Okay. Then boom. 1 in the nose. 2. And he gets the 3rd one. It's pretty much over, but he can't see anything. Oh my gosh. When you see that, what are you thinking? Like, were you watching a fight live or no?
Yes, of
You were
course.
watching a fight.
Of course.
When you saw that, what was your reaction?
Yeah. 굉장히 창의적이라고 생각했어요.
So he thought Conor was really creative.
Creative for him doing that.
Yes.
Okay. What art trains that? I've never seen that before.
어떤
What form of art trains that?
글쎄요. 근데 저 모형 같은 경우에는, 그러니까 우리가 흔히 기술이라고 하는 거는 그 룰에 있는데요. MMA는 사실 룰이 굉장히 광범위하죠. 여러 상황을 다 쓸 수가 있는 거죠.
So in MMA, he's going to get to it, but the rules are pretty broad.
근데 그 상대방의 거리에 따라서 쓰는 기술들이 있어요. 가장 적합한 기술이 있죠. 그러니까 가까운 상태에서 우리가 펀치를 하는 것보다 가까운 상태에서는 숄더를 사용하는 게 훨씬 더 좋겠고요.
So it depends on the distance that you create from you and the opponent. So rather than punching with your fists, in that type of situation, it's way easier for you to strike with your shoulder.
그래서 코너 맥그리거 같은 경우는 그 거리에 대한 이해가 있었던 것 같아요. 짧아졌을 때 떨어서 때리는 게보다는 짧은 상태에서 이 숄더를 쓰는 게 좋다고 생각한 거죠.
그러면 특정 무술은 없다.
없는 것 같아요. 제가 봤을 때는. 예.
It's not a specific.
It's not an art.
It's a specific
It's not a
art in
specific
anything,
art.
but he thinks that Conor probably figured this is the best way to go to strike with my shoulder, and that's.
I mean, that's
why he did
crazy.
it.
It's never I've never seen that before. You know, do you think he was inspired by you to do that, or no? You think maybe he saw it somewhere else?
Yes, yeah, I think.
So you think he saw a clip
Yeah,
of
I
yours
think,
to do
yes.
that? Yeah, I've never seen that. And what I noticed the difference, you kind of come in when you do it, but he kind of went up, you know, when he did it. It was interesting the angle he took because Cerrone's slightly taller. He went up, then he went straight on, which was maybe he was using a little bit of legs and reaching. I don't know what it was, but that was pretty epic when I saw that. The angle, Mario, if you can hit that one more time, even the first one. Let's just see the first one on how he does it. Okay, so if you look at this, it's about to come up the first one. He pushes up, right? He's almost going like this. Hit the next one, let him keep going. And then he sees another opportunity. This one he goes straight because he's lower. And then he jumps up with the last one as well. Man, that's knowing how hard this feels. How painful is it to get hit by the shoulder? Is it sometimes more painful than a punch?
아, 여기 턱을 맞으면 굉장히 치명적이겠죠.
So if you get hit in the chin, it's fatal.
With the shoulder.
Yes, of course.
Fatal. You can kill somebody
You can kill somebody.
with the shoulder. Wow. Well, we're glad nothing happened here, but that looked like a pretty intense match right there. Can you pull up the next one? Here's the next one I want to show. Ryan Garcia. I don't know if you follow Ryan Garcia, boxer. He's coming up. He is part of Oscar De La Hoya's camp. De La Hoya is one of my investors. And, you know, Ryan Garcia had a fight a few weeks ago. And they showed this clip. I hope we have it, that it's next to each other on how he's training. And he's practicing this punch over and over. And then when it comes into real life, if you have it, press it. I want him to see this. Okay, if you notice this one here. So they're fighting, okay? Do you have the other one or no? So he throws a punch. Boom, gone, right? Can you go back to it again? I mean, do it again. Go back one more time. So he's about to, Fonseca's throwing a punch. How fast do you have to be to have the instincts to respond to that?
As a guy who's taking the punch? Or?
No, I'm talking Ryan Garcia. When you watch this, his eyes are not twitching. Look at his eyes. His eyes are still open. He's not like closing his eyes and throwing a punch. He knows exactly what he's doing. You can tell this guy's trained this and thrown this punch 20,000 times to know exactly what to do. But what I'm wondering, how much of this is speed? How much of it is instinct?
지금 저 펀치 같은 경우는 일단은 그 펀치를 하기 전에 가르시아가 저 상대방의 습관을 일단 먼저 읽은 거예요.
So before this attack happened, this connection happened, what Ryan Garcia was able to do is figure out the opponent's habits.
지금 저 상대편은 잽을 했을 때 이 가드가 내려가고 있어요.
So when the opponent is jabbing, his guard is lowering.
처음에 상대방한테 그걸 모르는 척 하는 거죠.
So Ryan Garcia essentially kind of tricked the opponent. He basically didn't show any sign that he recognized his weak point.
지금 보시면
Essentially.
잽을 할 때
It's crazy right there.
잽을 할 때 내려가는 거를 보고 있다가 자기가 원하는 거리에 들어오게끔 계속해서 그 상황을 기다리고 있었던 거예요.
So what happened is that Ryan Garcia was just waiting for this to happen. So he recognized this habit that the opponent had, which is, and he just wait for the right moment and the right distance to deliver that blow.
그 전략이 앞에 있기 때문에 저 공격이 성공된 거예요.
So it's not just, the momentary instinct or speed, but that was planned out, is what he was saying.
That was planned out.
지금 상대편은 원, 투를 쳤을 때 이렇게 치는 게 아니라 원, 이렇게 투로 치는 습관을 읽은 거죠. 빵빵.
It's an opening.
Opening. It's a, crucial habit that he was able to pick out from his opponent, But he didn't, he didn't show any sign that he knew that. So he just waited, and planned this blowout.
That's pretty intense. When do you follow boxing and MMA or no? Do you watch it?
Yes, watch.
You watch MMA
Yes,
and
yes.
who do you like in boxing? Who do you like in MMA?
그 메이웨더를 굉장히 좋아하고요.
So he loves Floyd Mayweather Jr.
Really?
Yes, and 그다음에 그 로이 존스 Jr.
Roy Jones Jr. I
Yeah.
was on a flight with them 2 weeks ago. Interesting. Why Mayweather? Why Roy Jones?
그들은 전신을 사용해서 잽을 하고 스트레이트를 하고 모두 복싱을 했을 때 우리가 흔히 복싱을 했을 때 손으로만 한다고 생각하는데 그들은 복싱을 전신으로 사용해요.
So the common misconception when you think about boxing is that you're just using your arms. But when you see Mayweather and Roy Jones, they utilize their entire body. And that's what's attractive to them.
그리고 굉장히 스마트하게 싸우죠.
And they're smart fighters.
Roy Jones and Mayweather. You think they have similar styles or no? There's different styles because Roy Jones had a power plant.
Yes.
Roy Jones knocked people out. Mayweather's not a knockout artist, right? He's more a more creative artist the way he fights. Complete different style of fights, yes? Would you agree?
걔네들이 스타일이 다르냐?
Yes,
완전.
different.
Different fights.
Yeah, different style.
Okay, but you like both of them. Who else? Who do you like in MMA, in mixed martial arts?
So Conor McGregor.
You like Conor McGregor.
Yes.
Would you like to train with him one day?
Yeah.
Would you like to train? Now, if let's just say he's why, because if he sees this,
코너 트레이닝을 할 생각이 있냐?
Yes, of course.
yeah,
Yes,
it'd be very interesting
Yes,
seeing you guys
yeah.
train because I would want to watch to see what would happen if you
Yeah.
guys train because I like his style, the way he fights. It's like he's he's got this unpredictable, yet he's quick and he's fast and he's got the power behind it. And psychologically, from the moment he came in, it seems like he knows how to control his rage today. I don't know if you're noticing that. If you can ask him that question, because he did an interview, and originally he was a very big promoter, the way he would promote fights. I don't see him promoting fights the way he promoted fights 3 years ago. He seems like he has come to his own and he's actually become a little bit calmer. Is he noticing that, if you can ask him?
Yes, of course.
You're noticing that as
Yes.
well? That he's getting calmer? You think that's a strength of his?
그게 카노의 힘이 되냐?
Yes, of course. Of course. 그리고 정신적으로 굉장히 높아진 것 같아요. 정신적으로 굉장히 높아진 것 같고 그다음에 굉장히 창의성도 굉장히 높아진 것 같아요.
So what he's saying in Conor McGregor is that he's becoming more and more creative, and also his mental game has elevated. Yeah.
How dangerous is that? How dangerous is that combination?
굉장히 위험하죠. 왜냐면은 이 사람이 창의적이지 않다면 그 사람이 나오는 공격의 패턴이 똑같은데 굉장히 창의적인 사람은 같은 거리에서 굉장히 다른 패턴을 갖고 있기 때문에 여러 가지 무기를 갖고 있는 건 같은 거죠.
So it's deadly in a fight because if you're not creative, then you almost always kind of reveal a pattern to your opponent, right? But if you're creative, that means you have all these, other types of weapons and arsenals under your belt, pretty much. Yeah.
Him against Khabib. Did you watch the fight when they fought? Khabib?
하비브하고 코너
Yes,
맥그레거
I saw.
What do you think about Khabib?
하비브를 어떻게 생각하냐?
굉장히 이제 그 본인이 가장 잘 갖고 있는 거를 잘 사용한다고 생각합니다. 그러니까 본인의 딱 최적화된 방법으로 싸우는 거죠.
So he's the best at what he does. So I'm not talking about striking game, but the wrestling part of it. His body is meant for that, and he is extremely talented and good at it.
Is he beatable?
Yeah, of course.
How?
Yes.
How does Conor beat him? Conor wants to fight Khabib, right? Conor's watching right now. Let's just say Conor's watching right now. How does Conor beat Khabib if they face each other?
그냥 in my opinion. 제가 두 번째로 코너 맥그리거하고 하비어가 싸우면 코너 맥그리거가 이긴다고 생각해요.
So what he thinks is that if there's a rematch between them, he thinks Conor McGregor is going to win.
You think so? Why?
첫 번째 제가 봤을 때는 코너 맥그리거가 하비브에 대한 연구가 좀 덜 됐다고 생각하고요. 두 번째로 싸울 때는 많은 연구를 통해서 싸운다면 그 거리 조절을 정확하게 잘한다면 코너 맥그리거가 이긴다고 생각합니다.
So the first fight that they had, he thinks that Conor didn't really have all the information on Khabib, so he didn't really figure out his game before he went to the fight. And when they fight for the second time, if he can play with the distance and figure out the distance and the timing, Conor is probably going to win that fight.
Similar to Diaz, because on the first time he fought Diaz, he lost. Did you watch him and Diaz fight, the 3 fights with Diaz?
Yes.
You saw
yes,
the 3
yeah,
fights.
2 times.
He
yes.
lost the first one. He won the second one,
Yes,
right?
different.
2 times, yeah, different. Because the second time, Diaz was pulling him and he
Yes.
wasn't going. So Diaz wanted ground. He didn't go ground.
Yes.
So do you think one of the mistakes that Conor made is fall for the ground game of Khabib? Do you think that's what it was?
일단은 제가 개인적으로 봤을 때는 그 커너 맥그리거 운동량이 좀 적었다고 생각합니다. 그래서 금방 지쳤고요. 지쳤기 때문에 잡힌 거죠. 만약에 체력, 하빕을 이기기 위해서는 굉장히 강력한 체력이 있어야 돼요. 왜냐면 하빕은 계속 들어오려고 하기 때문에 나는 계속 뒤로 빠져야 되기 때문에 그 계속 움직여야 되죠. 그래서 강력한 체력이 일단 바탕이 돼야 되고요. 하빕이 들어왔을 때 카운터를 칠 수 있는 그런 이제는 연습이 돼야 되는데 그게 좀 부족했다고 생각합니다.
So what he thinks is that Conor might have been underprepared in terms of stamina and just playing the distance game. The counter punch is Conor's pretty much trademark, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it.
So what he thinks is that the stamina part wasn't totally
Conditioning
prepared.
wasn't there.
Yeah, so that's why he got grabbed and ultimately lost the fight.
Any strategies you would give him outside of that? So the current strategy is distance. Don't go too close. I think that's kind of what you're saying. Any other moves, anything else you would suggest for Conor to exploit Khabib? Exploit. Keyword is exploit.
일단은 제 개인적으로 생각하기는 하빕은 계속해서 이제 붙으려고 하기 때문에 레슬러이기 때문에 계속 붙으려고 하기 때문에 그 붙으려고 하는 그 거리가 있죠. 그러니까 내가 타격을 할 수 있는 거리와 하빕이 들어오는 그 아주 짧은 거리가 있는데 그 거리에 대한 싸움의 연구를 굉장히 많이 해야 되라고 생각합니다. 그 상태에서 하빕이 들어오는 순간에 카운터를 칠 수 있는 능력을 굉장히 섬세하게 할 수 있다면 이길 수 있다 생각하죠. 거리에 대한 개념이 없으면 하빕을 이길 수 없죠. 제 개인적으로 없다고 생각합니다.
So he thinks distance is the only way.
Only way.
Yeah, distance.
Only way.
Yeah, distance, creating the distance and countering is
Why? Because
probably
Khabib is that dangerous if you get on the ground with him.
Yep.
왜냐하면 강력한 체력과 강력한 레슬링으로 무장이 되어 있기 때문에 쉽지 않죠.
Yeah, so it's very difficult to beat Khabib at his game.
That's great, man.
In my opinion.
That's great. No, believe me. I mean, I understand that, but it's good to hear that. Do you watch John Jones or Anderson Silva fight?
Yes.
What do you think about John Jones or Anderson Silva?
존 존스하고 안더슨을 물어보는 거죠.
네네네.
예, 존 존스 같은 경우에도 굉장히 그 거리에 대한 감각이 좋고 그다음에 이제는 타격 센스가 굉장히 좋은 사람이라고 생각합니다.
So what he thinks about John Jones is that he's got the distance figured out, and he's a striker.
그리고 굉장히 팔이 길죠. 굉장히 팔이 길기 때문에 팔이 긴 사람이 굉장히 빠르게 타격을 하면 그 상대적으로 작은 사람은 사실 들어가기 굉장히 어려워요.
And he's physically gifted. He's got long arms and legs. So when you fight someone who doesn't have as long arms as you do, or your legs as you do, it's very difficult to kind of go through that the striking, essentially, that the John Jones possesses.
You think John Jones can lose? Because he's never lost. He lost one time because, when he first came, he didn't know all the rules and he cut a guy, pretty much put a massive scar in his, but he's never lost. Do you think John Jones can be beaten?
Yeah.
Do you think somebody can beat John Jones?
그 그룹에서. So in light heavy, right?
쉽지가 않죠.
No.
Yeah.
You say no?
So it's very difficult.
He's a
Yes.
beast.
Yeah.
I agree, yeah, because you watch this guy. I mean, the only time you're going to beat him is if his conditioning is not good and you last rounds with him because he just seems out of control good. How about Anderson Silva? Some call him the greatest. Some say Anderson Silva may be the greatest fighter. What do you think about his style?
그러니까 그 같은 경우는 굉장히 유연성이 좋고요. 유연성이 좋고 그다음에 그 역시도 거리에 대한 타이밍이 굉장히 좋아요. 그러니까 유연성이 좋은 상태에서 거리에 대한 이해가 있고 타이밍을 잘 치는 사람을 상대하기 굉장히 어려운 겁니다.
So we keep going back to the distance thing.
Same
because
thing as well.
Distance is the most important in
Wow,
a
he's
combat
brought that up 3
situation.
times.
But also Anderson Silva is very flexible, and he knows how to use the tools that he's got.
문제는 결국 이제 체력이에요. 그 움직임을 계속해서 나이가 들수록 할 수 있냐라는 거죠.
And as he ages, the topic it becomes a stamina topic. So
As you age, it's a
as
stamina
you
topic.
age, so can you keep up with that movement that you're creating?
Okay, let me ask you, in the MMA world, who is the most dangerous fighter in the world that can beat anybody? In MMA, not boxing. In MMA, who's the most dangerous man in the world?
헤비급 선수들이겠죠. 아무래도 가장 위험한 선수들은
그러면은 이름을 말하면.
잘 모르겠어요.
So he doesn't know the names, but he thinks the heavyweights.
The heavyweights.
Yes.
Okay, so you think size matters? Because, sometimes in martial arts, a lot of the criticism martial arts gets is that they don't think it's about size. It's about whoever's quicker, whoever's more strategic. But you're saying whoever's the bigger guy has the advantage. I'm curious.
굉장히 강하죠. 그러니까 우리가 이제 자동차로 봐도 큰 자동차하고 작은 자동차 부딪혀버리게 되면은 큰 자동차가 이기지 않습니까? 그런 것처럼 체급은 굉장히 높죠. 헤비급 선수랑 라이트급 선수랑 싸우면 당연히 헤비급 선수가 이기는 거고요. 근데 실전이나 생존에서 싸운다라는 건 조금 다를 수 있죠.
So in like an MMA rule settings, basically, if it's like a combat sport, he thinks heavyweights are gonna pretty much outclass anybody. It's basic physics. If you get into a car
Respect.
accident with, you know, like a Big Mac truck, then if you're in a Mini, then you're not gonna survive that, right?
But you know, contrary to what he's saying, a lot of the people in the martial arts community would disagree with that.
And what he was saying, he followed up with, it's different if you're in a combat situation where it's life or death, or if it's in a ring somewhere.
Okay, so okay, fair enough. Then let's talk about if it's on life or death. Who wins? If you're in the street, so take John Jones, take Conor, take all these boxers, Mayweather, take Pacquiao, take him in the streets, okay, and put him with a master, grandmaster, somebody in the martial arts world that he has a lot of experience. It's no rules. Who wins? Street, not ring.
그거는 뭐 알 수 없지만 그 생존하려고 하는 의식이 굉장히 강한 사람이 이긴다고 봅니다. 그리고 먼저 그 사람을 먼저 때리는 사람, 먼저 우리가 이제는 실전이라고 하는 그런 쪽에서는 이제 먼저 때리는 사람이 이제 유리한 거죠.
I'm so curious what he just said.
It's very difficult to say because life and death situation doesn't really come that often, right? And what he's saying is
He can be political with me. I don't want a political answer. I want to hear his answer. Ask him, I want to hear his answer. If a real fight takes place, who wins? I'm talking you face off. You got a grandmaster guy that faces off one of these, John Jones, some of these guys. This person's got different abilities than they do. In a street brawl fight, who wins? No rules.
간결하게 답을 원하는 거예요.
This is not politics, South Korea or US politics.
정치적인 답 말고.
I want an answer.
I don't know. 제 개인적인 생각으로는 먼저 때리는 사람이 이기는데 그래도 복서가 유리하지 않을까.
복서요?
예, 복서가 유리하지 않을까.
So what he's saying is that whoever gets the first strike is probably going to win.
In a street fight, if they go. Okay, I got it.
But when we're talking about like different disciplines of martial arts, he thinks boxing probably has an upper hand more than anything.
Oh my gosh! His answers are so weird because that's not what grandmasters say. You know, when you watch the interviews, that's not what they say. Why boxing has the upper hand?
일단은 두 손으로만 갖고만 싸우기 때문에 그 거리가 있죠. 우리가 이제 길에서 싸울 때 그 거리가 머리 길이가 아니라 짧은 거리 있지 않습니까? 그 거리가 복서한테 가장 유리한 거리예요. 그러니까 자기들이 항상 싸우는 거리에 있는 거죠. 멀리 그 레슬링은 더 가깝고 태권도는 저 더 멀죠. 근데 우리가 격투를 한다 해서 상대방한테 시비 걸렸을 때는 그 거리가 가깝지 않습니까? 점점 가까워지고 있기 때문에 그거는 복싱 선수한테 가장 유리한 거리에 있죠. 그때 팡 치는 그 속도가 굉장히 빠르기 때문에 그게 이제는 유리하다 보는 거죠.
So the boxer's speed and the distance in a street fight scenario, that's their game. You know, they have the upper hand.
I got it.
Yeah.
Okay. That, by the way, just so you know, a big criticism is given to martial artists. Like I'll bring this next one up for you. Have you? By the way, Tyson. What are your thoughts on Mike Tyson? Mike Tyson at his best. Mike Tyson.
Amazing guy.
Amazing?
Yes.
Would you say at his best he was the most dangerous man in the world? Mike Tyson at his best.
Yes.
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 Wow.
왜냐면 그 거리에서 움직이는 속도를 헤비급이 라이트급처럼 움직이기 때문에 사실 상대하기 굉장히 어렵죠.
So Mike Tyson, what he had was a movement of a lightweight, but he was a heavyweight.
That's scary. Did you watch Mike Tyson's recent moment that he had where he said he got emotional? I don't know if you watched it or not. Where Mike Tyson got emotional about how it was when he was fighting. It was a part of his life. When he lost it, he felt like did he watch that? Ask him if he watched that at all.
From then, Alexander and Napoleon, I know the more. I read the more, I studied the more. I know the art of fight. I know the art of war. That's all I ever studied. That's why I'm so feared. That's why they feared me when I was in the ring. Because that's all I was an annihilator. That's all I was born for. And now those days are gone. It's empty. I'm nothing. I'm working on being the art of humbleness. Can you believe in me? That's the reason why I'm crying, because I'm not that person no more. And I miss them. Because sometimes I feel like a bitch. Because I don't want that person to come out, because if he comes out, hell is coming with him. And it's not funny at all. It must sound cool, like I'm a tough guy. It's just, I hate that guy. I'm scared of him.
아, 저거는 아까 제가 얘기했던 대로 의식하고 몸 상태의 괴리가 굉장히 크기 때문에 그래요. 왜냐면은 그 의식은 굉장히 낮았는데 그 몸은 굉장히 높아졌죠. 그러면 그 커스다마토라는 스승이 있었기 때문에 그걸 밸런스를 맞춰줬는데 커스다마토의 스승이 죽으면서 몸은 굉장히 올라갔는데 의식은 다시 떨어진 거죠. 그렇기 때문에 그 의식하고 이 괴리가 굉장히 큰 거죠. 그럼 이 몸 상태에 있을 때하고 이 의식 상태의 괴리가 크기 때문에 강해지지만 의식이 그 몸을 컨트롤하지 못한 거예요. 그러니까 동물처럼 만들어진 거죠. 네.
So, you know the name of his mentor?
Customata.
Yeah,
He mentioned
yeah, he
Customata. I heard him
mentioned-
say cuss, yes. I'm trying to understand him, man. I'm trying to learn the language.
So when he was around, he was able to balance that physical and the mental. But when he was gone, when he went away, his physical game just kept increasing, but the mental was decreasing. So there was a big distance. So his mind couldn't control his body, basically, is what happened.
How do you, I mean, for a guy to say that, how much did you study Tyson? Like, he must really study Tyson to be able to say something like that.
어떤 거죠? 제가 얘기하는 게?
네네.
아, 그거 보면 알 수 있죠. 왜냐면 그 의식 상태, 그러니까 우리가 어떤 음악을 들었을 때 그 음악하고 내 옛날의 과거하고 매칭이 되는 경우가 있지 않습니까? 저 사람이 굉장히 강했을 때 굉장히 이제 화가 나고 앵그리하고 그거 계속 그 의식이 계속 같이 올라오는 거예요. 그런데 그 의식이 컨트롤이 되면은 그건 그거고 의식은 이거고 맞출 수가 있는 거죠. 그러니까 의식의 트레이닝이 안 된 거예요.
So he didn't really extensively study Tyson, but he can just tell. You know how the example that he was saying is that there are certain songs that kind of remind you of the past, and it kind of matches up. So whenever he gets into that fight mode, you know that emotion would come out. But as the balance started breaking down, it just became haywire.
Tyson.
Yeah, Tyson.
And I agree. Obviously, when Cuss was gone, everything was gone for him. It's similar to what happens with the movie Rocky. Similar story with what do you call it? With Mickey when Mickey died. I don't know, in the movie when Mickey dies, it's a similar scene. Do you think most people experience that when they have somebody that, especially if they had a rough life like Tyson, who had somebody that comes and becomes the father figure and gives them that hope and they leave? How do you replace that confidence with that person that leaves your life? Sometimes you rely on a person that brings you confidence. What happens when this person dies and leaves? How do you still maintain that confidence?
마스터가 있어야 되겠죠. 혼자서는 하기 어렵죠. 혼자서 하기 어렵기 때문에 커스토마토라는 사람이 만나가지고 그 밸런스를 맞춰놓은 거죠. 그 밸런스를 맞춰놨는데 타이슨이 유명해지면서 그 유명한 상황에서 사람들이 나쁜 사람들이 많이 모였지 않습니까? 근데 거기서 이제는 어떻게 보면 희생이 된 거죠. 근데 커스토마토가 만약에 살아있었으면 그걸 컨트롤했었겠죠. 그러니까는 그 멘토가 있어야 되는 거죠.
So you need a mentor, basically, is what he's saying. Because as he got more famous, all these other interests start coming in, right? You know, some of them might have bad intentions, and he kind of he was sacrificed, basically, what happened. So you need that mentor, that
He was
father
sacrificed. Wow.
that father figure that can.
Who's that in his life?
그래서 마땅히 없어요. 저는 이제 저 자신에 대해서 계속 생각하고 제 자신에 대해서 연구를 하고 그게 전문입니다. 부다하고 지저스죠.
So it's not really any living person. So he takes his cues from like Buddha and
Yeah.
Jesus.
Got
That's what
it.
he's saying. Yeah.
Okay, so the next one I want to ask you is the following. If you play this next clip, this is with, I believe it's Zhu Jiadong against Chen Jiawang. Do you know that the names or no? You don't know the names?
No.
Okay, before you play, let me explain to you what this is before you play it. So there's this debate between this MMA fighter in China who says any of the martial arts stuff is fake. It's not as effective as they claim it is. So he calls out a grandmaster. The grandmaster is Che Ya Wang. Maybe I'm not saying it right, but I have the Chen Ya Wang. We can put the spelling so they can see what it is. And he faces off against this other guy who's not a martial art. He's an MMA. He's purely an MMA and boxing. And they fight against each other. And this is what happens. I want you to watch this. So grandmaster against MMA. Tai Chi grandmaster against MMA. What do you think about that?
저거는 일단은 일단 섰을 때부터 저 차이니스 마셜 아티스트가 이길 수가 없어요.
So he knew from just by looking at the way they're standing, he knew that the Chinese martial arts master would lose.
Why?
일단 중심이 너무 높아요.
So his center of gravity is too high, too tall.
중심이 너무
Because
높고,
they stand like this? Or?
yes, 너무 높고, 지금 MMA 선수가 가까이 왔을 때 거리에 대한 인지가 아예 없어요.
So he doesn't really understand the distance thing when the MMA fighter is inching closer to him.
그러니까 우리가 이제는 마셜 아티스트라고 했을 때는 기본적으로 세 가지 조건이 있습니다.
So there's three factors associated with practicing martial arts.
거리에 대한 이해,
It's your understanding and distance
그 다음에 타이밍,
and timing.
and the rhythm. 근데 거리하고 타이밍하고 리듬이 아예 없어요.
But the Chinese martial artist does not have any of those.
The Grandmaster.
The
Yes.
grandmaster.
Now, by the way, they asked him, the guy that beat him, the MMA guy, to publicly, China government asked him to publicly apologize to embarrassing the Grandmaster because they didn't like this. They frowned upon this to the point where the guy was thinking about leaving China and going to Australia. Because, again, it's these levels, but I love his answer. It's the levels to say, you know, these Grandmasters Tai Chi have the ability to do certain things. Because, you know, what do they call it? You've heard about the Bushido. Have you heard about Bushido? Have you heard of anything with Bushido or no? Okay.
I think I'm vaguely familiar.
Okay,
but-
so Bushido is, you know, these guys who, they put their hands on you and you fall. And these guys who know how to do certain things and it falls. So you see a lot of guys posting these videos, Dana White posted or Joe Rogan posted sometimes, and you see these videos that looks fake martial art. And some of these MMA guys are just calling it out. How does he follow any of that stuff, or what does he think about that?
그거 완전 페이크죠. 그러니까 아까 얘기했던 대로 거리하고 타이밍하고 리듬을 모르는 마셜 아티스트는 싸우는 능력이 없다고 보면 됩니다.
So he's saying that those are fakes.
Oh, he is also saying that.
Yeah.
You know what? I got to tell you this. I think for people who don't know who he is, they didn't know your views. This is very good to know this stuff because I don't know if most people think that he would support them or he would support some of these some of these philosophies and not say if it's a fight that we're going to have, he didn't say Tai Chi's going to win or such and such going to win. He just said boxing's going to win if we get into a street fight with no rules, right? His answers were not the answers of what a lot of these grandmasters give. I kind of like the way he was taking the approach. And I think he gained a level of credibility because he's not here promoting and self-promoting an art that's bigger than the other one. Out of curiosity, if you were to get into MMA today, if Dana White gave you a contract and you're going to fight tomorrow in MMA, let's just say, do you think you could hang and fight with some of the other guys? Like, do you watch and say, I think I can beat that guy? Do you think about that?
일단은 아까 얘기했던 대로 MMA 선수들을 굉장히 존중하고요. MMA를 존중합니다. 그리고 21세기에서 가장 근대화적인 획기적인 무술 MMA라고 생각하고요. 근데 이제 가는 방향이 다른 거죠. 저는 제가 하고 있는 이거를 사람들한테 이제 알려주는 쪽으로 제 방향성을 잡았고요. MMA 선수들은 파이터로서 잡는 거죠. 근데 만약에 UFC에서 굉장히 좋은 조건으로 스페셜 매치를 잡아준다면 할 의향은 있어요.
누구랑?
코너 맥그리거나 뭐
아무나?
괜찮겠죠. 상관없어요. 근데 코너 맥그리가 좋겠죠.
Yeah. So what he's saying is, you know, first of all, he respects all MMA fighters and, you know, what they're doing for the industry and everything. But when it comes down to it, if UFC or Dana White's willing to come up with the fight, you know, that has an enthused audiences, he's saying that he can fight anybody.
So you think you can fight anybody? Yeah. You're that confident?
Yes, of
Conor
course.
McGregor,
Yeah.
he pointed him out. But
You think you can fight anybody and go up against these
Yes,
guys?
sir. It doesn't matter.
And you're not afraid. You would do it. So
두려움 없이 할 거냐?
Oh yes, of course. I don't afraid.
really?
I'm not afraid, yes.
Okay, then, you know, because I would be actually curious. I would want to be curious myself. You know how they did the setup with Mayweather against Conor, and there was a boxing that took place. Did you watch Mayweather and
Yes,
Conor
I watched
box? Did you expect Mayweather to win? Like, did you say Mayweather's going to beat Conor in boxing?
메이웨더가 이길 걸 예상하셨나요?
Oh yeah, of course.
You knew that.
Yes.
because of distance or because of what? Because of speed or what was it? Because they both understand distance and they both have a punch.
일단 룰이 일단은 메이웨더한테 굉장히 유리하고요. 그러니까 그 룰에 젖어 있는 거죠. 메이웨더는 메이웨더의 룰에서 아주 오랫동안 싸웠고 코너 맥그리거는 코너 맥그리거 룰에 많이 싸웠는데 메이웨더한테 그 유리한 룰이기 때문에 코너 맥그리거보다 메이웨더가 훨씬 더 당연히 잘하는 거죠.
So the rule setting it was highly advantaged for Mayweather because he's been doing that for years and years, and that's essentially it.
Got it.
He just had the upper hand. In that
If it was a
fight.
street fight, who would win?
만약에 길거리에서 싸운다면 둘이
아까 얘기했던 대로 그 거리 싸움에서 잘 싸우는 게 이제는 메이웨더가 훨씬 더 유리하겠죠. 먼저 때리는 사람이 이기는 거기 때문에.
So in terms of understanding of the distance, he thinks Mayweather has the upper hand.
Even in a street fight.
In a street fight.
Even in a street fight. Wow. That's not what a lot of experts say. A lot of experts would say Conor, but okay, that's good to know. Would you mind we start doing some stuff here so we can watch you in action? Why don't we get into doing some stuff here? So I figured instead of asking all these questions, why don't we get right into it? And look, a lot of people wanted to volunteer, but nobody was more excited about volunteering for this than obviously our very own Mario Aguilar. Mario Aguilar in the past got punched in the face by, who was it? Chuck Liddell. So we figured if we have the MMA guy that punches him, maybe it's a good idea to experience the fierce punch of a martial artist. And then at the same time, we're going to go through a few different things. Maybe we'll test how to protect yourself against a knife, the kick, your speed, and you can kind of walk us through what you're doing. So I'll turn it over to you. So right now, this is the one we're talking about with the shoulder that you do.
Yes, so I will show how to use my shoulder. So like this. A little.
All right, I'll be ready this time.
Okay.
Can he fall down again?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and the other strike, and the 0-inch punch. So I don't have these turns. I don't push. A little hit this part. Like this.
How much of that is legs? How much of that is shoulder? How much is your hips? So when you're punching, is it legs, is it hips, or is it shoulder?
So let me show you like this. It's better.
Yeah.
So my power will come from the ground, and knee, and pelvis, and spine, and fist
So it's the whole body.
at the same time.
Got it.
Yeah.
At the same time.
And then you're turning at the same time.
Yes, but don't push. A little, the hit, like this.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay. How about the one you do with your shoulder? How are you doing it with that
Same.
shoulder?
Same technique. So just to try to use whole body, like this.
Got it. When Conor did it, did Conor go up or did Conor go straight? Can you show the difference?
Yes, of course. 자, 제가 키가 작다 그러면은 이거 위쪽으로 위로 올려야 될 거고요. 제가 키가 크다 그러면은 내려야 되는 거죠. 근데 코너 맥그리거는 키가 상대방보다 작았기 때문에 위로 올려서 친 겁니다.
So it depends on the height of your opponent. If they're tall, naturally you're going to have to hit upward. If they're smaller than you, you're going to hit downward.
근데 이제 제일 중요한 거는 상대 excuse me. Yes. 상대 턱을 노리는 거죠. 이
But
턱을
you
노리는
always
거죠.
aim for your opponent's chin.
근데 이제 상대방을 잡아놓고 턱을
pull.
친 다음에 이쪽으로 엘보우로 치는 게 훨씬 더 효과적이죠.
So yeah, he just showed you a sequence. You hit first with the shoulder, but you reconnect with the other elbow, and that's more effective.
The elbow is more effective than the shoulder.
Yes. 숄더를 친 다음에 엘보우로 공격을 하는 거죠.
Wait, on the same side?
Yes, same
Not-
distance.
But not this elbow. You're talking about this and this.
그럼 same elbow 아니야? 이 elbow가 나가는 거죠? 이 shoulder가 오면.
이제 상황에 따라 틀린 거죠. 왜냐면은 이쪽에서 치게 되면 이쪽으로 가는
Oh,
거죠.
okay, got it.
꽝꽝 쪽으로.
Got it.
So it depends on the situation.
Have you ever used that in a fight?
그거를 길거리에서 쓴 적이 있냐?
Yes, many.
Many.
Yes,
So you've used that in a real fight, and what's happened to the opponent? Knocked out? Gone?
yes.
Okay.
Just one.
What is your most effective punch or most effective way you attack your opponent? Yours, most powerful.
선생님이 가지고 있는 가장 효과적인 공격법이 뭐냐?
아, 그렇죠. 그러니까 상대방의 거리를 딱 봤을 때 이제 거리를 먼저 계산하고요. 그다음에 이제 상대방하고 상대방의 이제 스타일을 보는 거죠. 그 높이를 보는 거예요. 높이를.
가장 자신 있는 테크닉은 뭐예요?
아, 바로 치는 거죠.
So it doesn't really matter, but it's all about striking first. So it depends on the situation, depends on the opponent, depends on the distance that you create. But it's not any one technique. But if there's like certain techniques that you want to see, he's going to show it to you.
Yeah, I'd love to see him. You show it to us. You take the lead.
자,
크게 세 개만 뽑아서
네.
different technique을 보여요. So he's going to show 3 different techniques.
Okay, good.
Okay?
자, 상대방하고 있을 때 자세를 특별하게 잡질 않아요. 그리고 이렇게 있는 거죠.
So you don't get into like a form or anything. It's just natural like that.
이따가 상대방이 들어오면요.
So when you get closer to him,
그럼 바로 나가는 거죠.
and you just strike first right there.
Can you do that one more time?
Yes.
Can you do that one more time?
Yes.
So get closer, Mario.
바로 눈으로 상대방을 공격을 하는 거죠.
So he goes for the eyes.
You go for the eyes first.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, how about kicks?
아, 킥 같은 경우에도 또 똑같아요. 상대방이 들어왔을 때 just come please. 바로 상대방의 가까운 부분을 치는 거죠.
So you strike the nearest point of your opponent from you.
근데 이게 빗나갔을 때 상대방한테 잡히겠죠. 빗나가게 되면 상대방 가까워지겠죠.
So if you miss, then you risk the opponent grabbing you.
그때 이제 짧은 공격을 하는 거죠.
That's when you utilize kind of like the short distance work, like with your elbows, with your shoulder. Those components come in when the distance is shorter.
근데 모든 공격에는 임팩트가 들어가야 돼요.
And he's talking about the so-called impact, and every strike needs to have this impact.
그래서 이 상대방을 이렇게 때릴 때도 그렇고 이렇게 때릴 때도 그렇고 just grab please. 여기서 들어갔을 때도 그렇고 전부 다 임팩트가 들어가 있는 거죠.
So that's the impact that he's talking about. It's not you're not really pushing your opponent, but it's that short impact that you give. I think Mike Tyson said it best. You shoulder snap. It's essentially the same thing. Yeah.
Why are you breathing hard? Are you pulling from here when you're punching? Or are you breathing out? What's your breathing when you're punching?
So it doesn't matter.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
Yes.
What do you mean it doesn't matter?
호흡을 신경 쓰지 않아요. 그냥 계속 이완 상태에 있는 거죠. 계속 편안한 상태에 있는 거죠.
So he's gotten to a point where he's not thinking about his breaths anymore. It's consistent throughout.
Got it. You're not even thinking about it at all.
No.
Okay. So what are 3 common mistakes you see happening in fights, in a street fight? So a guy, he goes to a bar. What are 3 mistakes people make in fights that they don't know what they're doing, and what's the immediate, easiest reaction to it?
만약 시비가 붙어서 싸움이 벌어졌어요. 그러면은 크게 3가지로 나눈다면 사람들이 가장 실수를 많이 하는 3가지 뭐가 있냐?
일단은 거리에 대한 이해를 제일 먼저 잘 못한다는 게 문제죠.
So it ties back into the distance thing that most people don't understand how to gauge distance.
자, 상대방이 이렇게 있다라고 했을 때 제가 이제 이렇게 하고 있어요. 무방비로 있어요.
So let's say you got into an altercation. And
자, 무방비로 있을 때
he's not really doing anything.
상대방이 때릴 수도 있고 갑자기 잡았을 때 반응을 못 하는 거죠.
So when the opponent strikes you or grabs you, then you can't really react to it if you're just kind of naturally, nonchalant about it.
그래서 싸움이 만약에 벌어지게 된다면 그 거리 안에서 굉장히 긴장을 하고 있어야 됩니다. 근데 그 긴장이 나쁜 긴장이 아니라 준비된 긴장인 거죠. 자, 이 상태에서 상대방이 어떻게든 나오던가 바로 나갈 수 있는 이 스피드를 갖고 있는 거예요. 준비를 하는 거죠.
So it's like a midpoint between complete relaxation and tension. So you're not completely tensed up, but you're in the moment. So you're ready to react, is what he's saying.
그거에 대한 긴장감이 없이 그냥 이 릴렉스 상태, 너무 릴렉스 상태에서 있다가 팡 맞고 끝나는 거죠.
So if you're just kind of nonchalant about it, you're like, whatever, then you can risk getting knocked out.
Oh, so he's saying position and be ready.
Be ready.
What's
Yes.
a good ready position? What's a good ready position in a street fight?
일단은 저 같은 경우는 이 상태에서 레디 포지션이에요.
For him, he's ready there.
That's your ready?
Yes.
For you.
Yes. For me. 그래서 상대방이 이 상태에서 저를 때린다면 여기서 바로 공격을 할 수가 있어요.
So let's say you're going to attack him.
Yes.
And
Here.
the strike comes right away.
Here. 이 상태에서 팡 바로 나가는 거죠. 그러니까 준비 동작이 없는 상태에서 그래 please. 여기서 바로 나가는 거죠.
So there's no like preparation phase. He's just reacting
Right
to.
here.
Yes, here.
How about pushing? Because sometimes in a bar you're talking something they.
야, 팍! 여기서 바로 나가는 거죠.
만약에 민다면 어떻게 하나요?
여기서도 똑같죠. 바로 나가는 거죠. 바로 나가는 거죠.
So it's just immediate. There's no difference what you do. He's gonna find a way to counter it in the most effective way possible.
그 동물하고 같은 거예요. 완전히 그 총처럼 발사 직전 상태를 만들어 놓고 바로 나가는, 팍 나가는 거죠.
So it's like a loaded gun, pretty much. So you're always ready to fire.
But is your entire philosophy counter? Is it all counter attack?
선생님의 필로소피가 카운터냐,
그게 뭐죠?
카운터냐 아니면 성공이냐, 뭐 카운터를 중시하느냐 아니면 다른 것도.
Yes, yes, very good timing.
But
Yes.
no, I'm not asking timing. What I'm trying to ask him is, like if I'm fighting you and I'm coming and I'm playing offense, I'm coming at you, right? Is his philosophy of fighting waiting for you to move first, I move second?
만약에 내가 싸운다고 마음을 먹고 가면 먼저 가겠죠.
So his philosophy is in striking first.
Oh, striking
Yes,
first.
yes. 근데 마음을 안 먹고 그냥 이 사람이 가길 기다리는데 갑자기 오면 거기서 그냥 공격을 하는 거죠.
So there's a difference between what his mindset is. So if he's ready to fight, then he's gonna strike first. But let's say he's not so sure, then it's like a reaction from then on.
What do you mean he's not so sure?
So let's say he's not totally into the fight. He's not, I'm ready to fight right now. So when he's in that mode, he will strike first. But let's say it's circumstance right is where, the opponent can attack you first, right? Then it's a counter. But when he gets into the fight mode, the combat mode, then he's always going to try to strike first.
Why?
일단은 내가 먼저 때리는 게 가장 먼저 중요하고요. 그러면은 그 상대방의 액티비티가 떨어지기 때문에 그 다음 공격이 훨씬 쉬워져요.
So when you strike first and you're able to hit your opponent, that's going to decrease their potential of attacks, or they're just going to decrease their their capacity for attacks. So he's attacking first to essentially shut the next attack off, pretty much.
So it's not a method of shock factor to the other person. It's just not the other person to get a chance to think about their next move.
공포를 주는 거죠. Fear.
So you're trying to instill fear into your
Yes,
opponent.
fear.
I got
So,
it. I got it.
이거를 보면은 만약에 스파링을 한다고 해도 똑같아요.
It's the same thing in a sparring situation.
posture. 자, 스파링을 한다고 했을 때도 상대방이 please. 자, 이렇게 이제 상대방이 들어오지 않습니까? 이때도 굉장히 빠르게 한번 이렇게 타격을 해주는 거죠. 그러면 공포를 느끼겠죠.
So even in a sparring situation, he will do those jabs to make him fearful, to make him react slower due to the fear.
그래서 이런 공포를 느끼게 한 다음에 그 다음에 다른 걸 들어갈 수가 있는 거예요.
So that's the pre-step. It's all about the mental at first. It's instilling that fear, and then going in for the finish.
Interesting. So you go attack mode to put the fear in them. So let me ask you, does it vary based on sport or no? Meaning, is it different from boxing than MMA? An opponent, or is it just a philosophy period with your boxing, or it's MMA?
똑같죠. 네,
It's the same-
전략이죠.
same
전략이죠.
It's
Oh,
a
really?
tactic, yeah.
상대방의 전략에 따라서 조금씩 달라지겠지만 내가 굉장히 강력한 걸 상대방한테 공포를 주는 거는 굉장히 중요합니다. 왜냐면은 내 상대방이 공포를 느끼게 되면은 그 사람이 기술을 잘 안 나오기 때문이에요.
So technical aspect can vary, but the core principle is instilling that fear, so that they can react as fast as they want.
Very interesting, because it's almost like thinking in sports a defense or offense, right? He's on offense mode the entire time. Got it. Okay. Very interesting. How about kicks? How about kicks on basic? Because I've seen you throw the low kicks to keep the distance. I've seen the side kicks. Do you want to kind of put the shin guards to see what that looks like?
Sure.
Yes. Relax. Yes. Okay, one more.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you feel it?
I feel it. Let's do it again.
Yes. So 자
한 번만,
이거는
한 번만 더
스텝이나
Yeah.
리듬이 없이 그냥 워킹. 그 워킹하는 중에 나오는 거예요.
So this is going to come out naturally as he walks. He's not going to do any crazy jump steps
Yes.
or anything like that.
This.
So that's neat.
Yes. 그래서
Interesting. So you walked in, you didn't even do anything, and then boom.
그러니까 가속도를 순식간에 올리는 거죠.
So you're increasing that acceleration at the last minute.
그러니까 상대방이 있을 때 이렇게 하게 되면 상대방 알 수 있지 않습니까? 근데 상대방 없이 조용하게 가서 마지막에 임팩트만 주는 거죠.
So you're almost silent until you get to the point of striking.
You're almost silent until you get to the point of striking. Okay,
Yes.
got it. What else? What other form of kick?
다른 킥을 보여주세요.
Yes. So side kick is better. Yes. Yes.
What's more power, that or the side?
The side.
Okay.
Yes. More. Yes. Back kick.
That's intense. That's intense.
Charlie horse.
So you did low, one you did low right here. Then you did the walk where you just came in and you did the knee. And then you just did the one now. What else is there?
다른 킥이 또 있나요?
그렇죠. 이쪽 킥 말고 이제는 위쪽으로 차는 킥이 좀 있어요.
So he's gonna kick a little bit higher.
So we go here.
No.
here?
It doesn't matter. Yes, yes. 자, 위쪽으로 차는 킥이죠. 앞쪽으로 차는 킥처럼 보여주면서 휘어서 위로 들어가는 거죠.
So it's gonna look like he's coming from this side, but it's actually gonna come from this side.
이러면서 위로 들어가는 거죠. 방. 들어가는 척하면서
Oh, quick. Got it. How many of these can be used also in a real MMA fight? You know, how many of it is everything you're teaching practical enough where it can be used in a fight, or is it more part of the art?
그래서 킥보다는 몸의 상태가 더 중요하다고 생각합니다. 그러니까 그 사람들이 갖고 있는 그 기술에서 제가 알려드리고 있는 몸의 상태를 키우게 되면은 그 기술만으로도 훨씬 더 올라갈 수가 있죠. 특별히 기술을 더 할 필요가 없어요.
그러면 이 기술도 사용할 수 있는 거죠?
당연하죠. 이 기술도 그렇고 지금 기존의 기술들도 그렇고 그런 걸 사용하는 거죠.
You can use 100% of them, but what's more important than technique is your state of mind and the body.
What does that mean?
So you can elevate your technique game if the mind and the body is already there. So it's all about cultivating the physical and the mind more than the technique, because they will follow if you just train those.
기술을 더 한다기보다는 몸의 상태를 더 깊게 만드는 거예요. 어떻게 스피드를 더 키우고 어떻게 파워를 더 키우는 걸 하는 거죠. 그리고 전시를 사용하는 거죠.
It's all about using the entire body and just kind of letting your body and mind get to the point more than trying to learn a certain technique. Is this going to be effective? Is this going to be effective? If you get to that point, it doesn't matter which technique you use. It's all about using your body, utilizing the best way that you can. Optimization, let's say.
So why don't you show us different arts, like, you know, the difference between judo, difference between kung fu, difference between, you know, why don't you show us some of the different arts and explain each one of them?
그래서 예를 들어서 복싱 같은 경우에는 리듬이 이렇게 돼 있죠.
So this is boxing. Can you show the boxing rhythm?
자, 이거는 복싱이고요. 타이치 같은 경우에는
It's Tai Chi.
타이치를 잘 모르지만 전시를 사용해서 움직이는 겁니다.
It's all about using the entire body in Tai Chi.
자, 이런 식으로 전시를 이용하는 거죠. 타이치는요.
Utilizing your whole body. 그다음에 뭐 또 몇 개 더 보여줄 수 있나요?
그 다음에 주도나 레슬링을 한번 보여드리면요. 한번 저를 한번 밀어보시겠습니까?
So it's judo or wrestling. Try to push him.
두 손으로 세게 한번 밀어보세요.
So push him with all your might. Come on.
Mari's got legs. You can't do it, Mari. It's
그렇죠. 이때 탁 넘어가는 거죠.
got it. So you
You tip the balance
그래서
then.
이거죠. 벽에 밀고 있다가
Got
톡 이렇게 만드는 거죠.
got it.
Log.
Yeah.
Got
It's
it.
like pushing on the wall, right?
Which one is pulling? There's one that's pulling. Is kung fu pulling? Which one is pulling?
이렇게 끌어당기는 공격들은 뭐가 있냐고.
당기는 거요?
네, 당기는 거.
윙천 있죠.
It's Wing Chun is one
Got
of them. Yeah.
그래서 예를 들어서 이렇게 상대방이 됐을 때 끌어당겨서 치는 거죠.
You're pulling.
Yes. 그래서 당기면서 나가는 거죠.
So you strike as you pull.
You strike, or you pull as you strike,
You-
or you strike as you pull. Big
So
difference,
both.
right?
You strike as
Simultaneously?
you pull simultaneously. Yeah.
Okay, so when you're doing that, you're punching and pulling at the same time.
Yes.
Okay, I got it. How about Jeet Kune Do? What's that? What form is
I
that?
don't know 직군도.
You don't at all.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. You didn't study it at all.
Yes.
Okay. What else? What other form? What other thing did you study?
뭐 다른 것도 있냐고.
어떤 스타일보다는 몸의 상태를 더 중요시 여기기 때문에 어떤 몸의 상태에 대한 거를 보여줄 수 있어요. 어떤 게 다른 건지.
So he doesn't want to talk about like different disciplines because he wants to talk about the state of the body, so he can show you how to utilize his body.
Meaning leverage? Does he mean by leverage or how to use your own body weight?
So it's gonna tie back to the whole his philosophy. Why don't you just let him demonstrate for a bit?
Yeah.
아, 이쪽에서 하는 게 나을 것 같아요. 자, 똑같은 잽을 하는데요.
So it's gonna be a jab,
자, 이거는 긴장 상태에서 하는 잽이에요.
and the first one is striking with tension, jabbing with tension,
근데 이거는 그냥 이완 상태에서 하는 잽이고요.
and that's a relaxed state. Right?
근데 아까 가르시아 같은 경우에는 이완에서 더 들어가서 아주 긴장된, 그러니까 섬세하게 긴장된 상태에서 한 거예요.
So let's go back to Ryan Garcia with that punch he did earlier.
텐션.
It's like in between relaxation and tension. It's
Relaxation?
very discrete tension is what he's describing.
이렇게 움직인 거죠. 타이밍을 보고 여기서 바로 움직인 거죠.
So
그러니까
that was the punch that Ryan Garcia threw. He's demonstrating.
전신을 사용한 거죠.
Utilizing your entire body.
이렇게. Like this.
또 다른 게 있나요?
What'd you say?
I just add if there's anything else.
Yeah. So anything else he wants to show?
Yeah.
또 다른 거 보여주실 게 있나?
또 뭐 이런 게 있죠. 예를 들어서 잽을 치는데 상대방한테 이제는 핑거 잽을 치는 거예요. 핑거 잽을 치는데 휘어서 들어갈 수 있어요. 예를 들어서 제가 이렇게 치게 되면 상대방이 이렇게 막 방어를 하겠죠. 이렇게 방어를 하겠죠. Deepen, please. Yes. Like that. 그러면 여기서는 똑같은데 방향이 바뀌는 거죠.
So he's gonna quickly change the direction. So he's gonna give an illusion that it's gonna come from the outside, but it's actually gonna come from the inside.
반대쪽도 똑같고요. 이쪽에서 치려고 그러면은 Deepen, please. 자, 이렇게 치겠죠. 갔다가 반대로 가는 거죠.
So he's
Pull.
just,
Yes.
and it's not technique. That just comes natural.
So you're not a So how much of what you do, what you teach, would you say is natural instinct, and how much of it is technique? How much of it is natural versus technique?
일단은 전신을 사용하는 거를 제일 먼저 가르치고요. 전신을 사용하는 걸요. 그리고 그 거리에 따라서 맞추는 능력을 하는 그 거리에 따라서 나오는 기술을 가르치는 거죠.
So first, he would teach them how to utilize their entire body, and depending on the distance, that's where different techniques come in. So like a short distance, you maybe elbow and shoulders, and a further distance, more punching and kicking.
이 상태에서도요. 특별한 기술이 없이도 상대방을 아주 쉽게 타격을 할 수가 있어요.
So without any specific technique, he can strike the opponent, and he's going to show it right now.
이제 창의적으로 싸우는 거죠.
And he's being creative.
상대방한테 때릴 걸 보여주고요.
So he's going to show, and this is just for show. He's going to show that this is coming.
상대방한테 보여주고 때리고 팍 여기서 나가는 거죠. 탁탁.
But he switches up at the end.
So is a big part of your philosophy illusion?
굉장히 중요한 거죠.
And he says it's very important.
근데 상대방이 나보다 능력이 낮다라고 하면은 그냥 때려도 되겠죠.
But if you know that you're better than the other person, then
You don't need
you don't
illusion.
need to use the
Oh,
illusion.
got it. Illusion is only needed if you're facing somebody your own level.
Yeah, exactly.
That's very interesting what he said. So meaning, and I'm going to say to see if I'm saying it right. You don't need to use illusion against somebody that's not at your level. You only need illusion if you're facing somebody that's above you. Is that kind of what he's saying?
Yep, or like the same level.
Or same level?
Yeah.
Did that make sense? Yeah, it's very interesting. To go up against somebody that's bigger than you. So go back to the Khabib against Conor, okay? Would he use illusion or no? If he's Conor.
쓰죠.
Of course.
그 거리를 주는 것처럼 하는 거죠. 그러니까 커너 맥그레거가 이렇게 이제 싸우죠. 거리를 재기 위해서 싸우면 이제 합이 들어올 거 아닙니까? 그러면 그 거리가 아주 섬세하게 사용할 거예요. 이 정도만 더 들어오면 들어올 거고, 이 정도면 안 들어올 거고요. 그럼 그 거리를 줬다 뺐다를 계속 하는 거죠. 이 거리 싸움을요.
So he's gonna create the illusion of, he's letting you attack with the distance, and with fighters, it's very discreet. It can be like an inch of difference, and that makes all the difference. So he's gonna keep, if he's Conor, then he's gonna keep going in and out, giving that illusion that I'm giving you the distance to attack, before he attacks.
그러면 하빕은 또 반대로 그 거리에서 어떻게든지 들어가려고 전략을 쓰겠죠.
And Habib would, his strategy would be, if you're in my distance, I'm going to go in, right?
그러면 하빕이 본인도 때리는 척하면서 들어갈 거 아닙니까?
Then Habib would also use illusion.
Illusion, that's right. Because
Striking.
and then he goes down and picks him up and gets the legs, and it's over because that's what he wants.
그래서 때리려고 하는 yes.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
야, 때리려고 하는 그 페인팅을 쓸 때 때려야 돼요.
So as you create the illusion, that's where the striking comes. So the illusion doesn't last the whole way. It's you just
Subtle.
give that appearance and then you strike.
Yes.
Who's better at the illusion game, Khabib or Conor?
누가 속임수를 더 잘 쓰냐? 카너 아니면?
커너가 1차전 때는 많이 못 쓴 것 같아요.
1차전 때는.
예.
So their first fight, I don't think Conor did a very good job at creating that illusion.
근데 기본적으로 전략은 커너가 훨씬 더 잘 쓰죠. 거리를 그 거리에다 줬다 뺐다 줬다 뺐다 줬다 뺐다를 계속 하다가 바로 카운터를 치니까요.
But overall, Conor's tactics and distance, I think he's better than Khabib.
In illusion.
Yeah.
It's just specific in the illusion side.
Yes, I mean, illusion is just the word, right? But the gauging the distance is also kind of an illusion, I guess. But it's also the very, tactical position. It's a strategy.
Did you watch Masvidal's fight? Did you watch Masvidal when he knocked out, I think it's Ben, he knocked out with the knee in 8 seconds? Did you watch that?
그 마스비달하고 Ben Askren 보셨어요?
No.
Oh, you don't
Sorry.
watch that?
Yes.
You don't watch, can you play that? Let's play
Yes,
that real
yes,
quick.
sir.
I want him to see it.
Ariane Celeste is here. Brittany Palmer, Brooklyn Wren also on hand.
Okay.
Gamebred is in the building. And these guys just flapping gums at each other. Any chance they get. The fight clock is brought to you by Modelo. One of the greatest knockouts you'll ever see!
Let's do one more time, please.
Brooklyn Wren also on hand. Gamebred is in the building. And
This
these
is all
guys
illusion.
just flapping gums at each other. Any chance they get. The fight clock is brought to you by Modelo.
습관에서 나온 거예요. 습관에서. 습관적으로.
So the why Ben Askren lost is because of his habits.
습관적으로 하려고 했었던 거죠.
So
습관적으로.
he went down when Masvidal came charging, and that's because Ben Askren is a wrestler, as everyone too.
Yeah.
So that was his downfall. That
And
habit.
Masvidal knew he was going to do that.
그리고 제가 지금 봤을 때는 이 의식이 감정 상태가 너무 올라와 있어요.
And they're too excited. I think Ben Askren was too hyped up at that point.
굉장히 올라 있어요. 그러니까는 빨리 상대를 이기려고 하는 뭔가 분노가 계속 느껴져요. 그러니까
So
저
you know how
상대방 빨리
they had a
이겨.
beef before this?
Yeah, they
And
did,
What
big
he's
time.
saying is that, it seems like they were angry. They really wanted to see the end of this fight. And that's why he lost.
Did he follow this fight at all or no?
No.
So he didn't know this fight at all that took place. Oh, it's pretty interesting because everything he said he's right.
Yeah.
But what happened with this fight? How about punches? Let's see some punches.
그래서 이것도 전신을 사용해서 타격을 하는 겁니다. 먼저 이 엘보를 사용해서 전신을 사용하는 걸 한번 보여드릴게요.
So he's going to do the elbow first, and it's all about utilizing your entire body. Same principle.
자, 이 상태에서 전신을 사용해서 갈 겁니다.
That's the starting position, and he's going to.
So both feet move or one moves?
So one more.
Oh, okay, you're both. So you're standing, you're going boom, boom.
Yeah, both.
Oh, okay,
Yes.
got it. Okay.
Yes. 이런 거 같은 경우는 상대방이 잡으러 들어왔을 때 사용할 수 있는 거죠.
So you would use that when someone comes in to grab you.
Oh, I got it.
Yes.
Okay. Somebody comes in to grab you,
Yeah.
you're using that.
Grab, please. Okay. The fast.
Do it fast.
자, 여기서 들어가는 거죠. The fast. 여기서 들어가는 거죠. The fast. 이렇게.
Elbow to the
Elbow
chin,
up
essentially.
to the chin. Done.
Yes.
Okay.
Full speed.
자, 그리고 이것도 마찬가지입니다. 타격인데 전신을 사용해서 타격을 하는 거죠.
Same principle. Entire body strike.
You feel that. Yeah.
근데 이거는 지금의 힘은 이제 위로 쭉 올라간 거고요. 지금 힘을 바꿀 수가 있어요.
So the impact, it kind of carried on high, but he can change the course of that action. So what you're gonna feel next is it's probably gonna come more downward towards your stomach.
Like this?
Yes.
Down? Oh, okay, I got it. Angles.
자, 지금은 위로 갔고요.
Straight.
Straight.
Yeah.
이거는 밑으로 가고요. 그래서 상대방이 느낄 수가 있어요. Can you feel?
Yeah.
Yes.
And the first one I feel on my
Can I ask you, can you teach him how to become a better puncher?
Yes,
So
of
why
course.
don't you go over here, you throw a punch so he can, I'm serious, you stand over here. No. You throw a punch here,
Here.
Oh,
you throw a punch here, and you tell him
Yes.
form-wise
Yes.
how to get better.
가르치는 거죠.
네, 가르치는 거죠.
Okay? Watch his form.
자,
Come on.
힘을 빼고요.
So you want to relax.
He's going to teach you.
Yes, relax. Relax. And you can imagine your arms are like a stick, from here to here.
like a stick?
Yes, yeah, like a stick. Like a
So
stick.
it's,
So
it's like a firm thing that doesn't really move.
when you hit, you can imagine using your stick, from here to here. And then throw, and then connect from here to here, like the stick, like a stick. And then just throw.
He's not even saying punching, he's just saying throw it. Yes?
Yes.
You like that?
자,
That was-
throw.
bro.
Yes. So 이거는 조금 미는 거고요. 이거
So
미는
you
거고요.
pushed a little bit.
그래서 던져서 임팩트를 던져줘야 돼요. 팔을 던져가지고 여기서부터 여기까지를 화살처럼 찌른다고 생각하는 겁니다.
So it's like an arrow going through a target. It's not so much pushing, but it's like that sudden acceleration and the impact that makes a difference.
Stop at impact?
No.
No, go through. Oh, go through.
So don't think about punching here. Maybe think about punching your boss.
Yes.
So
That's a pretty good thing. He likes that. Go ahead.
It's better.
Better?
It's better.
Because he's going
Yes,
through it.
it's better.
And you feel it different, by the way.
Yes.
Straight.
Yes. Yeah. Very good.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting. What else with punching? What else with punching should people be thinking about?
그러니까 이제 전신을 사용해서 사용하려고 해야 되고요. 마지막에 임팩트가 굉장히 중요합니다.
So the whole body thing is really important, but also the impact is really, really important. So that's just physics, right?
When you're throwing the punch and you're getting ready to throw the punch here,
Yes.
what is tense? Is this tense?
No, so relax.
Nothing
relax.
is
yes.
tense.
Last moment and tense.
What, where? Where is
I'll
tense?
show you. Relax
Yeah.
this time.
At the end, you're tense.
Yes. Last moment.
Wow, so it's all timing. But why? Why do you do it that way?
가속도를 올리기 위해서 그래요.
To increase the acceleration.
To increase the
Yes.
acceleration.
여기서 가속도를 올리는 거죠.
Let me ask you a question. Can we get that on slow motion when he throws the punch?
Yeah, we're
Okay, let's do that. I'll be cute. Go ahead and
Yes.
throw one. We will show this on the screen.
자, 이렇게.
Yeah.
그다음에
Boom. Now do a full punch. We'll slow it down. You throw a full punch.
그냥 하는 거죠.
네네네, 그냥 스피드로.
예.
So you got tense at the last second.
Yes. Let me show you. This time.
You're coming up. You're coming from here. So the typical fighter that fights, street fight, they typically go
Yes.
from out, right? And that leaves an opening. For you, you're more worried about how fast you can come in.
Yes.
Count
몸을 열면 안 돼요. 몸을 열면 상대 보이기 때문에 빠르게 직선으로 들어가는 거예요.
distance.
So you don't want to create a big movement. You always want to kind of think about going straight, the shortest distance possible.
It's crazy. So in a street fight, a guy's fighting you.
Yes, yes,
He's going to
yes.
come like this.
Yes.
When he's
So
coming
open
like
the door.
this, you
이렇게 이게 오픈이 된 거죠. 문이
So
오픈된 거죠.
you're opened up right there.
you're just coming straight. You're
Yes.
just coming straight
yes,
in.
yes. 그러니까 이 상태에서도 스트라이트를 칠 때도 여기서 이렇게 나가는 거고요. 어퍼컷도 이렇게 들어가는 거고요. 핑거 잽도 이렇게 나가고 벌리지 않아요. 그럼 맞게 되는 거죠.
So if you open up, then you're gonna get risk. You're risking getting hit pretty much.
So you're not a power puncher guy, like a big. You're not big on that. That's not part of your game.
No.
It's not at all. So it's who gets there faster is his game.
Yep.
Interesting. Got it. It's very good to know. Can we see some stuff on this if we bring him out here for you to do some movements?
아주 짧은 거리를 사용하는 거예요. 짧은 거리를 짧게 사용하는 거죠. 공격 기술을요.
So he's gonna show you like the short distance work.
그래서 자 이렇게 때리는 게 아니라 이렇게 때리는 거죠. 짧 때리는 거예요. 이렇게. 이렇게. 전신을 이용해서 때리는 거죠.
Same thing, utilizing your whole body and creating the short attacks, the short distance attacks.
How many times did you hit him right now? How many hits was that? Can you do that
I don't
slow
know.
motion?
Yes, of course.
Yeah. Boom.
Maybe
4 or 5 times.
Yes. Like this.
What does that do? What is that doing? Is it a form of a punch? Because what is this doing here?
Yes.
What is this doing here?
그냥 사이드에서 들어갔기 때문에 공격을 하는 거죠. 이 거리에 들어간 거예요. 상대방 사이드에 들어왔기 때문에 여기서 때리는 게 아니라 이 상태에서 바로 때리는 거죠.
So it's all about where you position yourself and the distance that you create. So it doesn't matter where you hit. Like your entire body is pretty much a weapon at that point. So it's all about positioning yourself and just figuring out what's the most effective way to get this guy down.
I'll see how that feels.
Do you really?
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
so if I'm here,
Yes. slowly. Yes. So, 자, 이 상태에서 때리는 거죠. 상대방을 쳐놓고 신경을 여기다 놓은 다음에 여기서 들어가는 거죠. 팍. Yes.
What are you hitting though? What are you hitting?
Yeah, here.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Just here to 팍. Like 팍. Boom, boom, boom. 팍, 팍, 팍. Like this.
Do you want to feel the punch with a boxing glove because you got it from Chuck?
sure.
Yeah, let's go get the big boxing gloves. And he hit you with the big ones, right?
Yeah.
I'm just curious to know, like,
14 ounces?
yeah, 14 ounces, what we have here. I want
I have
to.
my other,
How do you defend against that?
그걸 막으려면 어떻게
Can't.
돼?
You can't.
Yes, can't.
Oh, really?
Like a gun, same.
Okay, but you have to get in though. So you have to get in to be able to do that, right? So isn't it kind of because what you just showed right now, you have to be really close to do it.
Yeah.
If the game is distance and you're coming in and I throw the kick or I'm throwing a counter, how do you get in?
그 거리를 어떻게 좁히냐? 만약 얘가 뭐 킥을 하거나
네.
뭐 펀치를 하면 그 거리를 어떻게 좁히냐? 왜냐면 저런 공격을 하기 위해서는 거리를 굉장히 좁혀야 되는데.
아, 이거는 이제 거리에 있기 때문에 지금 이 기술을 사용한 거고 멀리 있을 때는 그냥 때리죠.
So that attack only comes when you're in that distance. So when he's in this distance, he's gonna probably utilize kicks or punches.
More than anything else.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. So 멀리 있을 때는 그냥 간단하게 때리는 거죠. 간단하게.
Yeah, let me ask you, do you watch Nick Diaz? You watch Nick Diaz fight? You know the brothers, the Diaz, Nick and Nate Diaz?
Yes, yes.
They slap. Is that a form of martial? So you believe in the slapping part?
Yes. 이거 슬래핑 얘기하는 거죠? 예. 오케이.
So we're not going to do face. When you feel that, and then you decide, because you tell us.
Definitely don't want a depth shot to my face.
No. He looks so
Here,
good.
yes. Okay, yes, it's better. Tense. Okay.
Yeah, tense. Okay.
Yes.
Feel that?
Yeah.
I was gonna say.
Yes. Okay. Yes.
Shit, he's gonna knock me out.
He would knock
He's
you
trying to
out.
knock me
Well,
out.
do you feel it
That's
though?
very
I feel
dangerous
the shit
face.
out of it. Yes.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Really?
Very
Interesting.
dangerous.
So Paul, do me a favor. Grab the camera. Go grab the camera. Not the face. Go grab his camera, Mario. Go grab his camera and let him hit your shoulder.
Let me do one more here.
Yes, of course.
The other one went a little low.
Yes, okay. Okay.
Yeah, holy moly.
Are you really? Okay, Paul, let's see it.
Dangerous.
I
Dangerous.
want to take one because I want to know what it feels like because I want to know the. Yeah, he's hitting the shoulder. It's not. Yeah. So just turns around tense.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. It's better. Tense, please.
Let me record
Yes.
1 second. I'm already like cramping up.
Okay.
Ready?
Okay.
Holy shit. Yeah, that hit feels
Can you
like a
feel?
brick.
And it's very deep.
Does it really?
Yeah,
it's
deep,
very
deep. Yes,
Yeah.
very deep.
When you mean deep, what do you mean deep? Like
이게 힘이 계속 안쪽으로 계속 들어가는 거죠.
So the force transfers inside. So it's all about the impact that you create, right? So
can you punch like
feel
that
it,
here?
you feel
Punch
Yes.
like that
Inside
here.
your
Of
body.
course. So the last moment, impact.
Yeah, poor guy, man. Bob didn't do anything. Bob, you're going to be all right, buddy. The good news is you didn't feel it because you're a dummy. Okay? Wow. So the impact.
Yes.
So now the head.
What, huh? No, we're not doing the head. But when you're doing that, can you do that in slow motion? I just want to see your feet on what you're doing with the
Yes.
feet movement. Yeah.
Stretch out my
Yep.
knee and
Yep.
rotate my pelvis and throw my arm. Last moment, the hit.
Okay, so let me ask you. First movement is
One.
what? So stand straight.
Yes.
Stand straight before you
Straight.
punch. Just stand straight before you punch. Okay, what's the first thing that moves?
The 1 and 2 and 3 and 4.
So it's 4.
Yeah, 4 steps.
So it's 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yes.
Okay, I got it. So can you now do it in a fast? Go do it in fast.
Yes. Like this. Like this. Like this.
Got it. I'm just looking at your leg.
Yes.
So this is firm. Obviously, it's firm because this you're putting as your foundation that you have. This is the one that's moving.
Yes.
And coming in.
Yes.
Okay.
Just a stable. And like this. It's a move.
Tell me about pulling. You do a lot of pulling. Pulling is a big part of your game. Why do you pull? It's like
그럴
you're
때
pulling.
그 교통사고랑 똑같은 거죠. 상대방이 오고 가서 때리는 거죠. Yes.
So it's like a
Car
almost like a
accident.
car accident.
Makes sense.
So,
I get it. Yeah, I notice he does that,
Yeah.
and he comes in here. So,
Yes.
in a regular fight, can you do that in a regular fight? Does it give you 2 openings? Because if I'm fighting you, and if I come like this, I'm potentially opening here,
Yes,
right? Or
yes,
no?
yes.
Okay, so there's a little risk. So I have to be quick to be able to do it.
Distance. 거리로 보는 거죠. 그 거리에서 나올 수 있는 게 딱 한계가 있기 때문에 그 거리를 보고 때리는 거죠.
So
Here, punch me once. I want to see what it feels like.
Yes.
Punch me once.
Punch?
Yeah, I
Okay,
just want to
okay.
feel it. Oh, wow. You know, it's crazy. You feel the bones.
Yes, exactly.
You feel the bones. It's not even like. Let me see this.
Yes.
So that
Yes.
is nuts.
Yes, very impact.
Yeah, you
Yes,
feel
impact.
the bones. You don't even feel.
Yes, you felt.
Yeah, you don't even feel. You don't even feel. Yeah, do it again. You don't feel the glove. Go. Yeah, you feel that.
Yes.
You feel that. It's a piercing pain. I'm gonna bruise up tonight.
Even like all in football, I never felt anything a hit like that.
Yeah, that was
And that's
solid.
A whole body like hitting.
That was solid. If you were to say where your power mostly comes from,
Ground.
would you say leg, hip,
Yes.
here, or this?
Yes.
Where does most power come from?
가장 큰 힘은 어디서 나오냐?
Ground.
Ground.
Yes.
Meaning this
Yes.
pushing.
Yeah. Pushing the ground.
That leg is
Yes,
pushing.
here. Pushing the ground, rotate, and go.
So is it almost better to come up a little bit
Yes.
or come this way? It almost seems like if I'm coming up, it gives me more power, right?
그러면은 그냥 이 위로 트랜지션이 없이 도는 게 낫냐? 아니면 위로 이렇게 올라오면서
동시에 가는 거죠.
So it almost happens simultaneously. So
동시에
you
가는 거죠.
rotate and move a little bit upward at the same time.
So your start position is where? Where's your start position? Because
첫 시작점을 보여달라.
Yes. The push, and rotate, and go, impact. 제가 나이프를 사용했을 때도 똑같아요. 많이 그 나이프를 보통 사람들이 이렇게 잡는데 저는 이렇게 잡지 않고 이제 이렇게 잡아요.
So the way he holds his knife is a little bit different from everybody too. That's how he holds it.
that's how you hold it.
그래서 긴장을 없애기 위해서죠. 이렇게 하다 보면은 긴장을 하게 돼서 칼이 이렇게 크게 이렇게 잡게 되는데 이렇게 잡으면은 일자로 잡을 수가 있어요.
So the first approach, you're tensed up, and your knife just kind of becomes, it's like an obstacle almost. So you kind of tilt the knife and relax your wrist.
여기에 텐션이 있죠. 근데 이렇게 잡으면 텐션이 없죠.
So with the first approach, there's tension in your wrist, but with the second approach, there is minimal tension.
이것도 똑같아요. 빨리 순식간에 붐 터지는 거죠.
And it's all about the explosion of speed with the knife fighting as well.
그래서 이제 상대방이 움직인다고 했을 때요. Come, please. 바로 그냥 움직이는 거죠. 바로 움직이는 거죠.
So as soon as you move, he's going to react to it.
그래서 이거를 제가 한국 특전사들한테 가르쳐줬어요.
And he taught it to the special forces in Korea.
That's what they learn in special forces with
Yes.
bayonets. Yeah, with knives or bayonets. Because in the army we use bayonets.
두 개 다 사용하죠. 두 개를 다
So
사용하죠.
both of them.
Okay, I got it. I got it. Interesting. Okay.
Defend yourself against.
Depended on
이거 같은 경우는 이제 여러 가지가 있죠. 상대방이 이제 칼을 잡았을 때 한 번도 찔리지 않으려고 하게 되면 찔리게 돼 있어요.
So there's a precondition to this. So if you're trying to not get stabbed, then that's probably not going to work. So you're thinking I'm probably going to stab at least once. if you're in a situation where someone has a knife on you.
Oh, so you have to be prepared to know that you're going to get stabbed once.
Yeah, at least once.
Okay.
그래서 저도 이제 칼 든 사람하고 많이 싸워서 이제 칼의 상처들이 몸에 좀 있어요. 손하고 그다음에 이제 이마에도 상처가 있고요.
So like right here, that's a knife scar. He's got a knife in his hand on his back.
From a fight.
Yes,
From a knife
fight.
A real knife fight.
Yes, a real
Okay.
life fight
Got it.
on the street. 상대방이 칼을 들었을 때요. 자, 상대방이 칼을 들었을 때 뭔가를 하려고 하는 게 아니라 앞손을 놓고 이제 상대방 칼하고 대치를 하는 거죠.
So you're not trying to do anything. You're just kind of gauging it. You're gauging the distance, and you're not reacting because you're going to risk getting stabbed or slashed.
그리고 상대방의 칼을 이제 쳐내고 바로 들어가는 거죠.
And you want to remove that out of that line of attack, and then you go in. So it's all about that speed. The speed is a factor. It's a major
칼을 들었기
factor.
때문에 가드가 없죠.
So there's no guard because you got a knife on you. So once he gets that knife out of the way, it's really easy for him to connect the attacks.
그래서 칼만 빨리 걷어내고 바로 들어가는 거예요.
So you get that out of the way as quick as possible. And
Makes
then
sense.
you-
Goal number one is eliminate the knife, then attack.
Yep.
Okay. But why is he saying you got to be prepared that you're going to get stabbed once?
그러니까
What's the
왜
mindset behind that?
그 마인셋을
찔리지 않으려고 하다 보면은 몸이 경직되게 돼 있어요. 예, 찔리지 않으려고 뭔가를 하려고 그러면 경직돼요. 그래서 이완 상태에서 이렇게 놓는 거죠. 릴렉스한 상태에서 놓은 상태에서 자연스럽게 몸을 움직일 수 있게 만드는 겁니다.
So it's kind of freeing your body of tension. If you're trying not to get stabbed, you're naturally going to tense up or you're going to try to do something to avoid the knife attack. So that mindset is, I know it's pretty extreme, but you want that relaxation, that midpoint between complete tension and relaxation.
Very interesting insight. To say that be prepared to get stabbed once, that in your mind takes pressure off because you know you're going to get stabbed. And just get over it and move on to the next thing that you need to be doing.
Exactly.
Huh. You get that, right? That's very interesting. It's a form of anticipation. Expect some pain. It's going to be tough, but you can overcome it. Very similar principles to everything else you do in business. You're going to create an enemy. It's okay, but you can still overcome it. I like that.
How about two people?
Two people to say. 그래서 이제 전략적으로 중요한 거죠. 전략적으로 나하고 가까운 상대를 먼저 공격을 하고 나서 상대방을 때리는 거예요.
So you create a strategy if there's multiple people, right? So you always attack the person that's the closest to you.
You always attack the person closest to you. Okay, got it. So you're not picking the bigger guy or the smaller guy. You're attacking the closest guy.
그러니까 뭐 옛날에 뭐 우두머리를 치면은 나머지는 다 쓰러지는.
Yes, exactly.
그게 아니라 가장 가까이 있는 사람을 참.
근데 그건 있어요. 어떤 거냐면 상대방이 이렇게 있는데 팡 쳐서 한 방에 끝났어요.
네.
그러면 상대방의 나머지 무리들이 긴장을 하게 돼 있어요. 한 방에 갔기 때문에.
네. So the first strike is always important. So if you knock the guy out with the first strike, then the other crowd is going to get
Then it's
tense up,
one-on-one.
and they're going to have that fear in them.
What's the most people you fought with?
가장 많은 사람 수하고 싸운
Street
게
fight.
기억은 안 나지만 한 7명, 10명. 예.
7 to 10.
Yes.
7 to 10.
Yes, in China.
And you got all of them.
Yes.
But did they know who you were?
Yes. I know.
아니
알아.
그
No,
사람이 선생님을 아셨냐?
No.
Oh, they didn't know who you
Yes.
were. So it's in the
언제였어요,
street.
On the street.
and
in
they start
Shanghai.
fighting you.
Yes.
7 to 10 guys. And you beat all of them up.
칼을 들고 있었나요?
Yes, a knife. So this.
That's from China.
Yes.
Shanghai.
Yes.
That's from that fight because they had
and the
knives on them.
stick. And the stick.
What caused the fight?
왜 싸움이 일어났냐?
이제 저녁에 새벽에 이제 가고 있는데 그냥 공격을 한 거죠.
아, 그러니까 뭐 갈치
Don't
같은 거.
have money.
It was like an armed robbery.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And you, how old were you at the time?
몇 살이셨어요?
2007.
2007,
2006.
27 years old. Okay.
Yes, long time.
Long time ago. But back then you were still good.
그때도 선생님은 무술을 잘하셨던 거죠?
예, 그렇죠. 이제는 그 움직임이라는 것을 계속 이제 연구를 하고 있을 때죠. 그때도요.
So you know how that epiphany came in 2015.
Yep.
But the thing is that he's always been really good at martial arts.
Always.
Yeah.
Since what age?
언제부터 그렇게 어릴 때부터
어릴
잘하셨나요?
때부터 이거 수술했을 때부터.
So since he was a very young kid. So he is in Korea. He's very well known within the martial arts community. He's really good.
No, I think we know that. I mean, we've contacted. Yeah, okay. That's good. That's very good to know. Have people known who you were, other grandmasters or other fighters, and they came and tested you?
No.
No.
왜요?
No. 모르겠어요.
그런 적은
No.
that's never happened to
I
me.
get
Never.
그런 적은. Did I say it right or no?
You guys look similar, so I don't know.
When we did the introduction, we talked about martial arts and entrepreneurship. What takeaway for our entrepreneur business people where martial arts, maybe there's a takeaway for them?
그러니까 그 사람의 잠재의식을 이끌어주는 거죠. 몸의 잠재의식을 이끌어주면 의식의 잠재의식도 이끌어주고 그 몸과 마음이 합치가 됐을 때 그 사람의 비즈니스나 그 사람이 하는 거가 자연스럽게 올라간다는 거죠. 네.
그러면 예를 들어서 정치가나
예, 모든 게 음악가나 춤추는 사람이나 아니면은 이 사람 같은 경우에도 똑같은 거죠. 자신의 비즈니스가 점점 더 성장하는 거죠. 예.
So it's quite universal across the board because he has students that are like politicians, doctors, businessmen, entrepreneurs in South Korea. They're not coming him to learn martial arts. They're coming to him to learn the mindset and the balance between the physical and the mind, and simply creating the optimal environment for self-growth and self-development. So through self-development, you can kind of elevate your game in anything that you do. So he's not focusing just on the martial arts. It's a way of life. So you can apply that into your business principles.
Is he a big self-help guy? Is he a big business book reader? Does he read a lot of books?
He reads a lot of books.
Okay, can you ask him what are some of his favorite books? I'm not talking Jesus or Buddha or Socrates. I'm talking any modern day people books that he reads.
비베카난다하고 라마 크리슈나의 책을 많이 봤죠. 최근에 근대화의 철학자들이죠. 인도에.
Interesting.
It's like the Indian. I don't know how to pronounce it.
Yeah, I know who he is.
Yes.
I know who he's talking about. You said Robin Sharma?
Yes.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. Yeah. Interesting. So you is most of the stuff you read on breathing, meditation, and your mental state, or do you read business books and self-help?
보통 이제 철학책하고
A lot of philosophy books.
필로소피를 많이 보고요. 그다음에 옛날 책들을 많이 봅니다. 옛날 책들.
A lot of ancient texts he reads.
그래서 예를 들어서 중국의 고서들이나 그런 것들 좀 많이 보고요.
Like ancient Chinese texts he
Like
reads a
who?
lot.
Like Sun Tzu, like Art of War, like Confucius. Who are you reading?
손자병법.
Yes.
Art
Yes.
of War is a big one.
Okay. Yeah, I mean that's like a given there. I figured. Very cool. If you want to bring the nunchucks real quick forward to seeing what he could do with that.
쌍정물 사용할 수 있으세요?
No, I don't use.
Oh, you don't use
Yes.
that? Oh, so that's not your
Yes.
art?
No.
Okay, very cool. Were any of your street fights, do people pick on you, or were most of them accidental, they didn't know who you were?
네, 옛날에.
찾아다녔죠.
So he actually went and found those street fights.
Oh, you went and found fights.
Yes. When
Why?
I was young.
Why? Because did you have an ego? Like, were you like a more ego guy and you wanted to beat people up, or were you trying to get better?
좀 약간 그 자만심이 있었냐 옛날에.
그런 것보다는 그냥 이제 새롭게 누군가가 싸우는 거를 굉장히 좋아했었죠. 누군가 새롭게 싸우고.
그러니까 뭐 나를 증명해야 된다 그런.
그런 것도 없고 그냥 싸우는 걸 좋아했던 거죠.
So he just likes to fight. Basically. Yeah.
Let me tell you, I'd love to see him fight like a name. I'd love to see him fight somebody and we actually watch it on TV to see who he fights. I'd love to see you, what do you weigh by the way? 165, 170? What's your weight?
선생님 체급이 어떻게 되세요?
So now 저 81kg.
80 kilos.
176. I was off by 6 pounds. Okay, so you weigh 176. Okay, that's a good weight. There's a lot of good people to fight at 176. That'd be interesting to see if somebody reaches out. So you got two books here. It's the same book. Obviously, this is the one in Korean and this is the one in English. What's in this book?
제가 읽었던 아까 많은 철학자들의 내용이 다 들어가 있어요. 하나로 다 축약되어 있는 거죠.
So it's like a culmination of like different philosophies that he's learned over the years, and it's like a melting pot of those concepts that he found it true in itself, and that it could help other people.
그래서 우리가 이제 세상을 살아가는 데 있어서 두 가지가 있어요. 주관적 해석이 있고 객관적 사실이 있고요.
So, throughout our lives, there's objective views and subjective views, right?
근데 이 체계를 보게 되면은 그 내 마음이 어떻게 나쁘게 작용하고 좋게 작용하고 어떤 게 사실인지를 정확하게 알 수 있게 돼요. 근데 그거의 예를 수많은 철학자들하고 종교인들을 예를 들었죠.
So this book kind of allows you to look at yourself, look at your life, emotions, goals, everything in an objective point of view, so that you can kind of pick out what's good for you and what's bad for you. And like I said earlier, it's a culmination of different philosophies and ancient texts, something that he's learned along the way.
These chapters' names are pretty casting aside interpretations. Only the mind is changeable. Discarding old habits, ultimate goal of decay, understanding anxiety and fear, analytical psychology, human mind and behavior, the beginning of knowing light and shadow, true meaning of good fortune, transcending the body, free will, power of stopping, the heat of the will, facts and interpretations. Very, very deep. I mean, some of these chapters are pretty deep chapters you got here. And you also got a website, right? There's also a website that you have that people can go to find you. We're gonna put both links below, both for his book, which you can go order, and we'll also put the link for his website and social media if you want to go message him, because you're on Instagram. You're active on Instagram. He's
very responsive. So
on Instagram.
Yeah, so if you want, I mean, that's essentially how I got connected with him. I just emailed him cold. I was like, I want to come
3 years ago.
and learn. 3 years ago.
Great
And
story.
he's
And now
like,
you're his
"Come."
interpreter.
Yeah.
But brother, thank you so much for coming out, man. This was amazing. Appreciate you for also helping out with this.
Thank you.
We're gonna leave all the links below for you to find out more of DKU, who came out here to be a guest. Take care, everybody. You know, I was glad I was able to do the interview. DKU was telling me this is the first interview he's ever done in the U.S. with anybody. So this is a way for a lot of the folks in America that we've seen him on YouTube or Facebook on all these viral videos with him doing his movements to get an idea about how he thinks. And I was myself surprised by some of the answers he gave and how authentic he was being. And he says, look, nunchucks, I just don't know how to use them. He was being very open and transparent. I want to hear your thoughts, what you took away from today's interview. Click below and comment below. And if you haven't watched my interview with Chuck Liddell, some tells me if you like this interview, you're also going to like the interview with Chuck Liddell. So click over here to watch that interview. And again, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. Thanks for watching, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye.